as I drive on by.
Mystic.
He says, I'm just a dude working 9 to 5. Then posts his pay stubs, keeps the mystery alive.
I don't know why this is going on.
Don't you track me, he says with flair.
Mystic H.
While streaming his shopping list and his local square. Dox me not, oh no, don't you.
Oh, that's fucking out of goddamn window open. Sorry about that. All right, that's better.
Mystic ancient secrets can all be answered when you ask the mystic access guru. That is I, the great exalted one. I have come across 3 astral projections through the god plane and the hero metamorphosis to give you the knowledge you deserve.
Hello, I'm back. I was on a 2-week timeout, and yeah. Let me open up YouTube Studio so I can keep an eye on everything. Yeah, Flatzoid filed a strike against my channel, so I got put on a 2-week timeout. What a pussy. Anyway, we have SSUM, Scum, this racist piece of shit here, and then this dumb motherfucker. So, what? Managing moderators can what? Oh, okay. Weird. Just waiting for people to come in. My timeout period just ended like half an hour ago, and then this came on, so. Just waiting for people to get the notification. I don't even know if one's going to go out to people. So as soon as I see people in the chat, we can go on. It's probably late for people on the East Coast. It's what, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock? Yeah. So I fucking hate YouTube. I really do. I mean, every one of this piece of shit, sexist, fucking racist, anti-Semitic videos are still up, you know. But you criticize someone on something, you get shit on. That's what internet cancer is all about. Right now, just I guess to burn time. Right now, I'm working on painting this guy, Venom. He's kind of cool. Have to do all the veins in white and figure something out. But yeah. Anyway, and I'm also doing Batman, doing a bust of the Batman statue here. So anyway, we can go on. I mean, it says there's one person here, but
Interested. I am.
So let's start. I guess we can start. Yeah, we'll start from here.
In the process of downloading them right now. It's like 1.8 gigabytes. So make sure you've got.
So who released that? like the committee or whatever?
Let me see. It was the Department of Justice. Yeah, DOJ,
Oh, okay.
Epstein files.
Phase
And
2, huh?
well, this is, I guess, supposedly, I don't know, I haven't seen them yet, but the Oversight Committee.
Oh, okay.
The Oversight Committee. That's who it is.
All right.
That's
Curious. Notice on it.
yeah, it's like to find move this line, baby. That's what.
Right.
Well, he said he's taking calls. Said over in the Drunk Debunk show, so we'll figure it out. Wait till he gets a call. Hey, there's this hero.
It's why the movies always seem like they come true, because they are using that playbook, you know, and then you get to see it
Exactly.
in real time, and it's like, oh crap, that happened in such and such movie. It's like, oh, they've been running this script for a while.
Yeah, these clowns think that movies are real.
It's gonna work.
But yeah, these people, man, these people,
They think space is fake, but movies are real life.
those people. I better not say it like that, huh?
Yeah, don't say you people. Don't say you people. That's just the way you don't do it, man. So that thing you sent me today about Owen Schroyer,
Oh yeah.
that was kind of interesting, and I can kind of understand that this was from a show.
Owen Schroyer, by the way, is a Nazi. Keep that in mind.
That he did with Nick Fuentes one time.
I'm sorry, I meant Nick Fuentes. I meant Nick, not Owen Schroyer. Don't know who Owen Schroyer is.
And this is just how obnoxious this fucking guy is. He'll just walk in to somebody else's show and just start taking the fuck over.
We did it today. That thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Right after Owen left, he just did the same exact thing to the show he was on.
Yeah, I got that clip. I got
Oh, I know who Owen Schroyer is. Fucking InfoWars piece of shit.
that clip too. This is pretty crazy. Watch this.
But I want to get back to what you were saying about college, because I think it's
Hold on.
hold on a second. Hold on a second.
I just got a call from Tel Aviv. It's got the call. Stop talking about Israel right now.
Oh, it was straight out of Tel Aviv, huh?
Yeah, Benjamin Netanyahu, my boss.
Are you sure it wasn't Jerusalem
Stop right now.
or Washington D.C.
I'm ordering you.
or
These people really are the biggest pieces of shit on the planet. So where's he taking calls? He had a link, I think. Didn't he? Thought he posted a link.
what you were saying about
Everybody
college?
wants to see me come up and say some fucking stupid shit.
Yeah, he's
Where
all
is it?
about himself.
They're in bad terms as well. They're left out of there on bad terms, and they can't talk about it because of the non-disclosure agreement. See, and it's like everybody that I've ever seen that leaves InfoWars, it's never on a good note. Even that broad that was carrying the rifle to her graduation, and now she goes at Liberty Hangout.
Yeah, Icy Spin posted Savas having Globers on, provided the link. If you want to tell him why he's stupid, he didn't have any Globers on. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she used to be part of the InfoWars group too. Now she's off doing her own thing, and she's actually kind of noticing and getting. You see, this is the thing. People start, and this is what happened with me. I watched Alex Jones years back, and then I was like, he's all the time, do your own research, do your own research. And I'm like, Alex, I keep coming up with Israel. You keep saying globalists and Chicoms. How come when I do my research, it comes up that these globalists and Chicoms are actually fucking Israelis? They're always Zionists. What the fuck is up with that? And then I was like, okay, well, that tells you he can't say anything about that because that's his fucking thing. You know,
Same,
he's owned.
Same with Greg Reese. I always liked Greg Reese, but he kind of just left and didn't hear much about him. He went over to Substack and started doing his own thing. But I always thought Greg Reese always said the things that probably should have been said on InfoWars, but they couldn't because of that very reason, NDAs and whatnot.
Right. Let me.
Doesn't Saul brag that he's not like monetized and he doesn't take money and shit? He's not a shill. Doesn't he brag about that?
Uh,
He's got a Cash App here,
Hey Tony,
Cash
good to
App
see you,
link,
bud.
PayPal
Hey,
link.
I'm going to show this clip real quick, and then I'll come back to you guys. I got to get something here real quick, and I'm going to
That's weird, isn't it?
play this.
Perfectly clear to Alex an hour ago. Now, I wanted to meet with Alex in the office tomorrow, and I told him that. I told him that last week after I left the studio. He texted me, and I said, Alex, let's talk next week. I said, I don't want to talk about it now. I'm done for the week. Let's talk next week. We communicated a little over the weekend, and then today I said, let's meet. Let's have a meeting tomorrow before your show, whenever you want. Let's meet tomorrow before your show, and maybe we can talk this out. You know, I even said if he wanted me to kind of stick around like a satellite to go down.
Oh, this is fucking boring. Jesus. This guy lives in fucking InfoWars and all in his head and shit. What I wanted to watch here, let's see. Where are we at? See, I was going to go live anyway and present this, but someone said that SSUM has taken callers, and I believed him like a dumbass. We'll, here, we can do this. We'll kind of leave this running in the background. Where is it? Damn it. We'll find it. Or will we? Hold on. Where the hell is that video? Let's try history. Yeah, why didn't I go in the history? That's weird. Oh, yeah, this is the one I wanted to show. Hold on. And then we can do Roger later. All right. Well, we got 3 people here. So that's better. That's pretty nice. Oops. Let's tighten this up. All right. This is Roger Ledwell. Or not Roger Led. This is Michael Kahn. Fucking ignorant piece of shit. Who's going to argue for the Bible getting pi wrong. Uh-oh. We can't have that muted.
Hey everyone, how's it going? So today we're going to be looking at the atheist.
Here, I need to add some names. Need to edit the title. Where is he? Just a second. That's weird. Anyway.
The
Hey, Binge Thinker, what's up?
Bible got pi wrong, and I'm going to use
It did. It most certainly did.
McToon as an example. But you might say, but hold on a minute, Michael. McToon's a Christian. Well, no, he's not. If he says he's a Christian, he's a liar. And I'm
Then you're not a Christian. If you say you're a Christian, you're a liar.
going to show you how.
See how that works?
It literally does it with his own voice while he's doing this presentation at Duffy's church. And what's wrong with you, Duffy, letting an atheist and a non-believer come into your church and preach to your congregation and tell all your congregation that the Bible's wrong?
Well, someone should have done it earlier than this. Someone should have done it way sooner. What, you just like being lied to by a book that's wrong? Is that what you like? I like honesty.
What's going off in your head, Duffy? But back to McToon.
I like accuracy and honesty.
McToon claims to be a Christian. People I've seen running around defending him, saying he is a Christian. No, he's not. He's an atheist.
Everything that you say, every interaction you have with anybody proves that you're not a Christian, Michael. Same way with Flatzoid and PJ Cruikshank and all the rest of you dumb motherfuckers.
He's terrified that Bible speaks about flat earth. That's why he's doing what he's doing.
But it doesn't. But there's nothing in the Bible that says the earth is flat. Plus, we've got science, dumb fuck. We have science. We have science that proves the size and shape of the earth, not the Bible. What the fuck are you looking at the Bible for science? And Michael's going to prove himself wrong here. Watch this. This is hilarious.
He's terrified God's real because if God is real, he's accountable for the things he does. And the things McToon does, look at Wiki Flav, everybody's a piss drinker,
Well, there's a big majority of flat earthers that drink piss. I don't think he calls you a piss drinker, does he?
That in itself should tell you that McToon's not a Christian, but...
So you're apologizing for the people who drink their own urine. That's funny. Hey, Westside. Oh, really? Thank you.
with his own words. he's
That's
gonna
awesome.
tell you Anyway, let's listen.
They said the Bible, your holy book, said this was
Your holy book, talking to a
Did he say it's not his holy book? No, he didn't, did he?
congregation, not our holy book, not mine and your holy book. You see, if McToon were a Christian, the Bible would be his holy book because
Yeah, it is. It is. But he just didn't say my holy book. He said your holy book. Is he wrong? No, he's not, is he?
that's where the Christian faith comes from.
See, evil fucks like this, evil non-Christian pieces of shit like this are so eager to find fault in other people who are honest. Makes them feel better about being rancid pieces of shit.
No Bible, no Christian faith. Because it's the Bible that writes about Jesus' time on earth, his ministry, what he did for us, the Christian faith. So,
Harry Potter, the Harry Potter books write about when Harry Potter was alive and practicing magic and going to Hogwarts. Do you believe that?
When
Harry Potter did magic, same as Jesus. Do you believe that?
McToom says your holy book and not accept it himself, he's not Christian.
He does accept it himself. He does.
Said it with his own words. But anyway, this isn't about whether McToom's Christian or not. We're literally just
Really? Then why did you fucking bring it up, asshole?
going to deal with this claim that the Bible got pi wrong. So let's move on.
Is that a bird? Well, it's certainly not science.
So now McToom's comparing Bible to science. You know,
Right. You use the Bible as a science book. You just said the Bible says the earth is flat. That's using the Bible as a science book. So, hypocrisy much, cunt?
what? Ball earthers are constantly reminding flat earthers that the Bible's not a science book. Yet we've got McToom comparing it to a science book, you know. These
No, he's not. No, he's showing it why you shouldn't use it as a science book. That's what he's doing. You're not smart enough to understand what the fuck he's saying. Why the hell are you reviewing his video?
people are all over the place to speak out of both sides of the mouth. They're hypocrites. It's hilarious.
Is it good for teaching geometry?
Yeah, I got to agree.
Is it good for teaching geometry? You know,
No, it's not.
me a geometry lesson in Bible, one, just one. Just like it's not a science book, Bible's not a mathematics book. It's not a mathematical textbook.
Yeah, it most certainly isn't because it got pi wrong.
Wow.
First Kings says that it describes the giant ball in the temple.
Yeah, that giant ball is called Brazen Sea.
And it says that the diameter is 10 cubits and the circumference all the way around is 30. That gives a value of pi of 3.0.
Now, the mental gymnastic that this ignorant piece of shit is going to go through is going to make the Olympics look like the Special Olympics.
So it's got a diameter of 10 cubits and a circumference of 30 cubits.
Which is absolutely wrong. It can't have that. That's an impossibility. That's a physical impossibility.
That gives a value of pi 3.0. Let's have a look at that before we move on.
Brief history of pi. Now notice, how old do you think the Bible is?
So let's grant
When was the Bible written?
McToom his little misrepresentation of Bible. You know, let's accept that it's a geometry book. Let's accept that it's teaching geometry. Let's accept that it's teaching mathematics. Let's accept that they knew what pi was and they got it wrong.
They did know what pi was. Your citation is going to prove it. Huh. Pi has been known for almost 4,000 years. But even if we calculated the number of seconds in those 4,000 years and calculated pi to the number of places, we would only be approximating the actual. So they've known about it for 4,000 years, but they get it wrong in the Bible. And the funny thing is nobody has bothered to correct the error. Nobody.
A brief history of pi. The ancient Babylonians calculated the area of a circle by taking 3 times the square of its radius, which gave a value of pi 3. So the understanding of pi at the time that the Bible wrote about the Brazen Sea was that pi isn't necessary.
Oh, sorry. What the hell?
The purpose of the measurements given about the Brazen Sea are just to give an understanding of its dimension.
Oh, sorry.
Doesn't understand, don't give you all facts in order to belittle Bible, and that is for his own benefit. McToom don't want Bible to be real because he...
See, they don't want to admit that the Bible's wrong, because if they admit that it's wrong about one thing, then they have to examine other things that it gets wrong, like snakes talking and people walking on water.
can't accept God. It's not...
You can't accept truth, man. You can't accept reality, dude. You can't.
Really focused on us. What's coming out of McToon's mouth about this? I fear not. You know, God gives us the understanding and the power.
You fear not. Then why are you making a video about it? If it's so inconsequential to you, why are you making a video about it? Can your God not defend his own Bible?
It's about defend our faith. You know, like I'm doing now. It's so easy to do. You know, because McToon's the dishonest one. The Bible is the truth.
Oh, he's the dishonest one, not the people that say the earth is flat. Right?
God is the truth. Jesus is the truth. You know? So all these people are doing a fighting truth. And the world will always come unstuck. So anyway, now we're going to move on. We're going to look at scripture. And I'm going to show you some interesting things. Let's just quickly finish up with listening to McToon just to make sure we've heard everything he's got to say.
31 would be accurate to just 2 digits, and that'd be fine, but it doesn't. Now, some people add and go and interpret it more, and that's fine. They say, well, the outside versus the inside of the bull, but you're adding interpretation there. And that's not good science teaching. That's not good geometry.
But you're adding your own interpretation to it, McToon, because you're saying that.
No, he's not. See, pi is a specific value. There's no interpretation needed. See, you're adding your interpretation because you don't want to admit that your Bible's wrong. That's pretty fucking sad.
The Bible's teaching science and it's
And you're calling him a liar for being correct.
teaching geometry when it's clearly not. The purpose of the measurements given about the Brazen Sea are just to give an understanding of its dimensions. You know, it's not trying to show how accurate it is to pi.
Then why would you worship a God with an inaccurate Bible? Why would you do that?
It's not showing that it's teaching mathematics accurate according to your standards, McTool. It never clear.
No, what standards? No, these are standards that are set for mathematics, dude. These are math standards. They're not McToon standards. They're everyone's standards. Well, intelligent people. You have no standards. That's why you're so gullible. That's why you can be indoctrinated so easy. You're easily led.
Seems to be teaching.
I mean, you might as well have a permanent twitch wrapped around your lip, dude. You're that easily led.
In science, you are forcing these concepts onto the Bible. So
Yeah, you're forcing mathematical concepts onto a Bible that states a mathematical concept. Wow, how fucking stupid are you, man?
it's you who are committing these offences.
No, you're drunk.
Here we are in 1 Kings 7:23. They made a molten sea 10 cubits from one brim to the other. It was round all about, and his height was 5 cubits. A line of 30 cubits did come sit round about.
Which is false. It can never happen. That can never happen. Ever. It'll never make 3 cubits will never make it around.
So we've got his diameter.
Do it yourself, man. Take a piece of string. Make it 1 unit long. Or I'm sorry, take a circle. Draw a circle with a compass so you know it's round. Measure across the diameter. Measure it with a piece of string, and then take that string and try and wrap it around that circle. You won't make it around 3 times.
And the circumference. There's also another measurement here in verse 26. And it was an handbreadth thick, and the brim thereof was wrought like the brim of a cup with flowers of lilies. It contained 2,000 baths.
It contained 2,000 baths. It's 30 feet, or I don't know, it's 30 cubits, whatever that is, 18 inches. Be 30 times 18. How big are these baths? Contain 2,000 baths. Baths for who? Ants? Is this a bath for ants?
So the rim itself, the walls of this container is an ambrette thick. So
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how thick the fucking container walls are.
if
Here's the mental gymnastics of this dumb fucker.
I look at Braden Sea, now, just because we have an idea on how we measure things in modern times, you have to understand that what's wrote about in Kings is not modern times, so we don't know.
Then why are you looking at old stuff? See, you've admitted that our level of precision has gotten better since, in modern times. So why are you even listening to the Bible?
How they went about measuring things. All we have is what it says in the Bible.
The Bible's wrong. Demonstrably, literally wrong.
So what I think is going off is it was measured from brim to brim, like
Okay.
that. 10 cubits. That's a cubit is 18 inches, so that's 180 inches. And then I think
How many F's in think?
it was this inside.
See what I mean?
This inside.
Look at this guy.
That were
Look at this guy trying to rationalize his wrong Bible. Look at this shit. Look.
measured for.
So pi is a ratio between the diameter of a circle and that circle's circumference. Not some other circle's circumference. The circle circumference that you have the diameter for. What the fuck is this shit, man? Is this your version of the angles to Polaris like fucking Flatzoid did? Holy fuck, dude.
30 cubits. 30
Look at this.
cubits,
Look at this.
540 inches.
Look at this shit.
If you take
Wow.
that diameter and times it by pi, so
Why? Why are you multiplying this diameter times pi when this circle is what you're talking about?
180 inches. In fact, I've got it all.
Fucking love it.
Here on a different table. It'd be
Fucking love it.
So, like I said, I think that when the guy, whoever measured it, he measured it from the outer rim for the diameter, but then he measured it on the inner rim.
So when they say it's 30 cubits around the outside of it, that's what they say. That's what it is. See, it's the red circle has absolutely nothing to do with it, man.
For the circumference.
Circumference from without. See, that's what it said, right? From without.
What we need to
Again, I mean, why are you measuring the diameter of this circle when you're measuring the circumference of this circle? What a dumb fuck. Or I guess the other way around. Why are you measuring the diameter of this circle and the circumference of this one? Tell us you don't know a goddamn fucking thing about math without fucking telling us, man.
understand is how we do
Without saying the words.
things isn't necessarily how they did things 2,000 years ago, you know.
They knew what pi was 4,000 years ago, fucking idiot. They knew what pi was 2,000 years before this was fucking written.
To try and do that's dishonest in itself.
Says the guy who's making excuses.
So how do I
Says the guy who's being dishonest about what measurements are. Listen to this asshole.
I know that it's the inside rim that were measured. Well,
Then why are you taking the diameter of the outside rim, asshole? Pull this shit in a geometry class and see where it fucking gets you, pal. Go to a geometry class. Like, not when the kids are there, but after school, talk to the teacher. Tell him this shit. Tell him what you've come up with here, and then record him laughing in your face.
this is what's funny. I can use pi. So if I take the diameter of 10 cubits, which is 180 inches, and times that by 3.14, I get 565.2 inches. So that's clearly not 30 cubits. So that measurement would be the outer perimeter. But
So you just take whatever numbers you want and plug them in and hope they work, right? Right? Sounds like fucking flatzoids where, okay, I got this and I got this, but if I just switch them, then they're different.
the 30 cubits is the inside perimeter. I can use pi again to check that. Because if I minus the arm breadth,
See, they have no concept of what pi actually is. See, these idiots think that the value of pi can change with the type of measurement you've taken. Like if you use meters, it's going to be a different number than if you use cubits or kilometers or millimeters. That's how fucking stupid these people are. And they have the nerve to call other people ignorant, to call other people dishonest.
4 inches.
I honestly hope there is a place called hell. I really do, because there's a warm place in it for these fucking idiots, for these fucking deceivers of men.
The diameter, that would be 180 inches minus 8 inches times by 3.14, 540.8, which is 30 cubits. So, whether...
So, how long is a cubit? How long is a cubit? A cubit doesn't have a length. A cubit is the distance between the tip of your finger and your elbow. That's not a length. That's not a dimension.
The Bible...
Because my cubit will be different than your cubit. But the result will be the same.
Intended to be accurate to pi or not to be accurate to pi. Pi's
And they vote. These people are allowed to vote.
actually in there. But what we have to understand is, all in all, it's just giving you some measurements so you know the size of this thing. Not
Yeah, well, they could have just said it's round. They could have said it's round and it's 30 cubits or it's 10 cubits wide. That's all they need to say. But it lied about pi.
trying to be accurate to modern day science. It's not a science book. It's not trying to be accurate to
I love it. When the Bible tries to be a science book, they don't use it as a science book. But when they want to prove a point, they do. Right? When they want to prove that the Bible says the earth is flat, they do then. Right? Biblical cosmology.
to modern day geometry and mathematics. It's not a geometry or a mathematics book.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Michael. Has the Bible ever been translated since the decimal system was discovered or created or invented or whatever? In 1440? Has the Bible been translated since then? Sure has, hasn't it? How come nobody fixed the error?
Just give you some dimensions so you can have a rough idea how big it is. Stop trying.
Yeah, a rough idea. 10 cubits. 10 cubits in diameter. That's not a rough idea. That's pretty plain.
To force.
Does God think that average people don't know what a circle is?
A modern worldview onto
Right on, Benj.
a 2,000-year-old worldview. Stop trying to say how we do things in modern times is how they did it 2,000 years ago. It's just stupid. It's lunacy.
No, it's accurate. It's what it is. See, they want to believe in a God that doesn't know math. See, God's all knowing, right? Why didn't he tell them what pi was? Why didn't they tell them that they're making an error in writing this down? Why did God have to rely on antiquated numbering systems when God knows everything? Why? Huh? Does God not know everything? No, God doesn't know everything. Sodom and Gomorrah proves that God doesn't know anything, doesn't know everything. What happened in Sodom and Gomorrah? Rumors are going around that the people in Sodom and Gomorrah are evil. So God sent an emissary to find out for himself. And then when he heard, God went down and smote them. Why didn't God know without sending the emissary? I'm going to send my messenger, and then I'll know. These people fucking sycophantic sheep.
This is what an atheist must do when he has no real substance to attack, you know. McToon took so much pride in telling Duffy's congregation that the Bible were wrong. Look at his little grinning face.
Well, you need to be told if something's wrong if you're going to believe in it. See, that's what you do is blind devotion. Just take shit that's thrown at you. See, MC Toon analyzes stuff. You're just a fucking dipshit, man. You're a sycophantic sheep.
He takes pride in it, you know. He's done a crap job. He takes pride in it. And that's what an atheist does. See, and
he's not an atheist, man. He's not an atheist. You and Flatsoid and PJ Crookshank are more like atheists than MC Toon will ever be. Proven. You've proven it.
an atheist to me, if you don't believe in it, why are you talking about it? Why are you coming telling other people that they're wrong?
Because it's wrong, and people need to be told that it's wrong so they can make an informed decision on what they believe, stupid.
You know, that tells me that...
God, what an idiot. Holy shit. Why would you want to know the truth? Why would anyone want to know the truth when they can just blindly follow bullshit?
The issue lies with you, that you fear it being true. You fear God be real, not other way around, you know. So it's quite sad that people have to go to these lengths. It's quite sad you get...
Sorry, I just had a spot on my monitor.
Arguments like this, which aren't really an argument, you know.
No, it's not an argument. Why are you arguing about something that's obviously wrong? You have no argument.
Quite easily dealt with. Because a believer is, you know, we're led by Holy Spirit. We're given...
Yes, they hear voices in their head, and they listen to the voices in their head.
The carnal man...
I mean, do you even listen to yourself speaking? Did you watch this video after you made it? Realize how insane you sound?
And the fleshly man can't understand the things of the spirit. So, although they want to say pie's not, you know, Bible got pie wrong, it's not in Bible.
It did get pi wrong. What is the value of pi? What is pi? Pi is the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter. What's the value of pi? Value of pi is approximately 3.14 or 22/7. Pi is an irrational number, which means it's not equal to the ratio of any two whole numbers. This also means that pi can be expressed as an infinite decimal expansion with no regular repeating digits. Pi has been calculated to trillions of decimal places. So, yeah. Lie some more, asshole.
But I've just shown you how pi is totally accurate, even in the measurements given. You know, you just have
I mean, MC2 considers his religion personal. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's people who have proven that they do not adhere to any Christian values are calling a Christian man an atheist. How fucking sad is that? Because the Christian man pointed out flaws in the Bible.
to do a little bit more reading and a little bit.
And like I said before, it's not the error. I mean, if all I have is a yardstick, I'm not going to have with no numbers. If I just have a stick that's this long and I got to measure shit, I'm going to be off. There's nothing wrong with that. Your level of accuracy is nothing. There's nothing wrong with that if that's the level of accuracy that you can achieve. But like I said before, no one has fucking fixed the error. No one's opened that book and gone, well, that's fucking wrong. Nobody. It's fucking sad, man. And they want to take it as gospel. Pardon the pun.
More thinking rather than just parroting what you've heard someone else say. So,
Oh, you mean like the earth is flat? Like the Bible says the earth is flat? You're just parroting that? Fucking hypocrite.
hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry, McToon, but that were a massive fail. Anyone
On your part, on the Bible's part, yeah, massive fail.
else parroting the same argument, you have failed. And if you're out there and someone brings this argument to you and you don't know how to rebut it, I hope this video helps. Love you all. God bless.
What a piece of shit. What an abject piece of fucking garbage. If he's taking calls yet.
In the firmament, like I said before, in 1 Enoch 33 and 2 through 4 says this. It says, and I saw the chambers of the sun and the moon, whence they go out and whither they come, in their glorious return. And I saw the sun and the moon come out, and the stars also.
And that's why it cracks me up when you start talking about the firmament, which of course it doesn't have to be a religious belief. You can call it the physical barrier, but the bottom line is that
No, there's no physical barrier, liar.
physical barrier is required for any specific volume of a
No, it's not.
fluid. Boom.
No. See, I can look in a swimming pool and I can section out 1 liter of water. You can do that because a volume is an area that something takes, the volume that something takes up. That's all a volume is. It's not a container of anything. It's the area that the mass that something is. That's the volume. Fucking dumbass doesn't know that.
There is no getting the fuck around that, especially with a gas. Gas doesn't have a shape.
Doesn't need a shape. It's got a shape when it's under gravity. Spherical.
It doesn't have a shape. It takes the shape of whatever containment that it's in, and
No, it takes the shape of whatever forces they're under. It's under. See, you're a dumb fucking racist hillbilly. That's why you don't understand shit.
in order to have a specific volume of any gas or mixture of gases, you must be physically contained.
Okay, show in any physics book where it says that. Go ahead, buddy. Wow us. Fucking retard. I need a better fucking mount for my camera.
It's just the nature of gas.
You don't know what the nature of gas is, you fucking retard.
This is axiomatic. I don't need to prove this. We've proven
If you're making a claim against the consensus of science, you most fucking certainly need to prove it. Absolutely, you need to prove it.
to us all the time just by you breathing.
Yep. By being alive.
Okay. Why do we have air down here? Why do we not have air up there? Why is that, asshole? All the examples that you show of gas rushing in to fill a container. Let's see. Gas filling the container. Spelled that wrong. Where is it? Looks like MC Toodaloo. Ah, shit. And I can't find it. Not gasoline, you fucking idiot, YouTube. But I mean, we've seen the videos, haven't we? I don't have to look them up. Where they take the stop valve, right? They have gas in this one, and this one's under vacuum, and they open it up, and it goes shoo, and both are the same level of pressure. Why doesn't your Atmo plane do that? Why hasn't your Atmo plane filled your fake as fuck container yet? Why hasn't that happened, man?
You got, look at these containers that you fill up with air. It goes and puts the air into other little containers. And these other little containers swim along and they pick up those little fucking things. And there's a whole really cool thing going on. All with
What the fuck are you talking about?
containment. Because a fluid pressure system like your body, for instance, requires physical containment.
What? Yeah, because if it's not contained, you'll fucking leak, dipshit. So now he's comparing the human body to our atmosphere. This is how lame, how not having shit this motherfucker is.
What happens when you breach that physical containment? That's right.
So it's Slayer. I just noticed his name, Slayer of Rabbi Duffy. Why is he a rabbi? Why are you saying he's a rabbi? You fucking anti-Semitic piece of shit. See, to these fucking non-Christian pieces of garbage, being a rabbi is the worst fucking possible thing you could do. You could be, because that's a Jewish minister.
You fucking bleed to death.
Bye-bye.
That's it.
Really? I don't see any blood coming out.
Saw
There
right.
is no way out of that. There is no way out of that.
So is this his way of saying that when he takes a leak, he pees blood? Is that what he's saying?
Saab, you're talking right now. I threw a bunch of bangers in the private chat. The very last one, pop that one up. Perfect vid for what you're talking about.
All right, cool. I was just going to play this real quick, and then I'll go.
I mean, it's sad pieces of shit, thinking that they're smarter than everyone, and proving that wrong with every word they fucking say.
Back to where
every word.
Those are all bangers, man.
This is pretty cool.
Lunar eclipse is not caused by Earth's shadow. Well, yeah, it is. It most fucking certainly is.
I like this too, because somebody was talking about this today on Facebook. They were like, "Oh, lunar eclipses prove the Earth is a globe," and I'm like, "No, it doesn't. Have you ever run the?"
Yeah, because you get the same curvature of the Earth. You can actually see the shadow of the Earth on time lapses as a whole, not just a little section.
Ratio of shadows. It's fucking absurd. All you have to do is you get a dark spot that is 70 miles wide.
Right, the shadow of the Earth.
Right, 70 miles wide, and that's on and then you've got the diameter of the moon, and you've got the diameter of the Earth. So you know.
Okay, so where does that shadow come from?
You can figure out what the diameter of the Earth's shadow across the moon should be, because you're using the same light source. Once you find out that the Earth's shadow would actually only be a spot 10% the size of the fucking moon.
Say what? No, not at all. Holy crap. I love when retards try and do math. Isn't it funny?
It would be a black dot going across the moon, if that's the moon's shadow that's going across on us during an eclipse. You see, it doesn't work out. The ratios do not work out.
Yep.
This is great. Now I'm going
My God, these people are dumb.
to pull up that firmament.
Why is it that during a lunar eclipse time lapse, the shadow on the moon, or supposed shadow on the moon, changes directions almost 90 degrees?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Here, let me show you. Let's show you, you dumb motherfucker. Where are we at? Geometry. And I don't know why it doesn't show the grid to start with. All right, we're going to show a, have a circle. And we're going to do a square. Actually, yeah, we'll do it like this. So you've got a square. And we'll move this. All right. So what direction? If the moon's moving this, if the moon's moving this way, oops, God damn it. Can I do it like that? Yeah, if it's moving this way, right? What does it look like it's doing? It looks like it's moving this way because you're losing the bottom part of it, right? It looks like it's moving up that way. And then it looks like it's moving 90 degrees. See, it's just, you don't understand how shit works, man. You don't understand how shadows work.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's the thing's not moving this way. It's moving this way. It's moving this way. But it looks like it's moving that way because that's what happens when you move a circle across a page, dipshit.
Comes from the
And then when it comes around the other direction, right, you're only looking at this part of it. It moves across like that. And then you have the other part, and when it moves that way, it looks like it's going the opposite direction, right? When it's moving this way, it looks like it's moving down. But when it crosses and you get the tail end of it, it looks like it's moving up. Fucking easy to understand, man. Hey, Diver. Hey, Extra J. Hey, Dan.
top down. Oh, look up. That's just making a right angle turn. Oh, and comes off the other way.
Right, it's not moving this direction, it's moving this direction.
Now, how does that make sense? How does the Earth, is the Earth doing a right angle turn mid-eclipse? So this is actual proof that lunar eclipses actually debunk the globe because...
So, which direction is this moving? 90 degrees to the curve? Which direction is it moving now? What about now? What direction is this moving? Judging from this still photo.
The Earth shouldn't be making a right angle turn. So something else is causing the eclipse. We don't know
30 degree Freemason.
what it is, but an intellectually honest person would just say, well, I don't know. And I'm telling you, I don't know what the cause of the lunar eclipse is, but it's definitely...
You know, we keep trying to tell you what it is, but you guys just don't listen. See, an intellectually honest person will want to know the answer to questions. That's what an intellectually honest person would want.
And not Earth shadow. Why is it that...
Oh, burn!
And why is it C-shaped? Why is
Yeah.
it like the
Why is it C-shaped? I don't know. The Earth is a sphere, and a C is kind of looks like a sphere, doesn't it? Huh. Yeah. Why are you asking stupid questions? You know, people say that there's no such thing as a stupid question. That shit ended in high school, man. That shit, we're adults now. You shouldn't be asking these stupid questions.
shape of another circle?
Because it's got to be curved.
Yeah.
I think
No, it's measured as
it's like a dark body. I think it's like a translucent black body, kind of like.
all right. All right. MC Tunes on. You guys can run over there. There we go.
Like how, I don't know how, for lack of a better way to explain it, like how obsidian works. If you've ever looked through obsidian,
Obsidian's glass.
thin layer of
Right. It's glass. It's not opaque. Obsidian's not opaque.
obsidian, it makes like a shadow like that.
Say what? Obsidian will make whatever shadow it's the shape of. What are you fucking talking about?
I don't know. Maybe one day will be revealed with.
I don't know, but everyone's wrong. I just don't know. But everyone else doesn't know either.
It is, but I think maybe that'll be shown to us in this that you just shared.
That's a great video.
Let's see. Oops. Okay, so I got it.
That one's good, and Still Waiting Globe Proof's really good.
Awaiting glow proof? You should have learned this shit in high school, man. What the fuck are you waiting on? I mean, between high school, college, which you should have gone to, the library, and the mountain of evidence that we've presented to you, you should be the smartest motherfuckers on the planet. But you're the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. How does that work, man? How do you get more information and get dumber? Did your pet rat Algernon, is he getting sick again? Dang that. We need to send them some like rat medicine. So Algernon won't get sick and die.
6 says, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters."
I'm gonna have to bring the volume up a little.
Yes, Harry Potter, book 1, page 8, and a huge 50-foot Cerberus dog held Harry Potter captive in his lair. Do you believe that?
You call it the firmament.
I don't know. I haven't read Harry Potter's. I've seen some of the movies, but yeah. So according to them, magic's real. Wizards are real. 50-foot Cerberuses are real, right? Because that's just a book too.
The firmament is created to separate the waters above from the waters below. But let's break down the word of firmament.
No, the firmament is the sky, dumb shit.
The word of firmament comes from
Why isn't your sun illuminating the entire earth? Why isn't it doing that? Why can it go this far, but it can't go this far? Why is that? Right? It can go this far, but it can't go. Why is it only illuminating like just a circular area? Because that's not half. This is not half the earth.
from the Hebrew word wakia, which literally means something spread out, hammered thin, or stretched like a sheet of metal.
Right, like the sky. You know, like the sky. See, back in those days, people were stupid. They weren't smart. They knew how to work and they knew how to like do shit. You know, they were functionally literate, but they didn't understand science. They didn't have the tools to understand science.
It's not a vague idea. It has consistency.
So why are you taking these people's word over modern, measurable, repeatable, demonstrable science? You got to be a pretty dumb motherfucker to accept this over science. You know that?
Imagery across the world. When the Hebrew scholars translated the Hebrew into Greek, they used the word stereoma. The word stereoma quite literally means something physical and something that's hard, firm. That's what stereoma means. Now remember, Greek has way more words than Hebrew, so they could have chose another
Yeah, it's almost like they got a different word for everything. Those Greeks is smart guys.
word. They could have chose any other word. They had thousands of more words, but they chose stereoma, which literally means something firm. Okay. In Genesis, it says God took one full day to create the firmament. You know how it took one full day for the animals and
It doesn't say anything about took God one full day to create the firmament. Where? Where does it say that?
even one full day for light. So there's a lot we need to know about light. If you were to throw the firmament into the nothingness of space, you're basically
Why are these star trails circular? Why is that? Why are they not oval shaped, man? Why can't we? Why can we see them at all? So you got a flat Earth, the sun could never set. It would never be dark out. That would be a physical impossibility. So this could not happen. This video right here proves that your flat Earth cannot exist. Not to mention this line right here, which is a satellite.
saying a firmament means nothing. That's exactly what you're saying. Psalm 19:1 says the heavens declare the glory of Elohim. And
No one gives a fuck what the Bible says. Nobody. It's not a science book.
the firmament showeth his handiwork. So the firmament is a witness of Yah's glory. Psalms 150:1 says, praise him in the firmament of his power. Even Job 37:18 says, hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong and as molten looking glass?
I don't know. My physics book says that you're a lying sack of shit. I'll trust my physics book over your Bible any day of the fucking week, pal.
That describes the firmament as solid, like glass and metal. Job 9:8 says, which alone
Then how could we have gotten to space with that thing being so strong and solid and made out of glass? Why is that? Why can't we see the fucking water?
spreadeth out the heavens. Yah stretched it like a covering. And even when we go into the tent reference, it says Isaiah 40:22 says he stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. The firmament
So is it a tent? Is it glass? Is it pounded metal? What is it, man? What is it?
is compared to a tent over the earth. All right.
That doesn't look like pounded metal. Doesn't look like glass either. Most certainly isn't fucking round. These gullible motherfuckers.
And you can compare a modern day tent to a tent in those times, and it's the same thing.
Oh, can you really? Can you compare to something that wasn't exist that wasn't invented till the 80s or the 70s? Can you really compare that to something that they had back then? Can you do that, you fucking liar?
It's the same stretched imagery.
God, these people are desperate as fuck, aren't they?
Isaiah
I mean, it's just desperation.
44:24 says that stretcheth forth the heavens alone. This is stretched imagery, something over us, okay? So
And lo, God created North Face, and he said it was good.
from what we can get from the scriptures, it clearly said the firmament was created to the
And why is he showing this? This motherfucker doesn't even believe in the Bible. Like, depends on when you ask him, right? Why are you showing this shit, man? Because you don't even believe the Bible. Why? He believes it when he thinks it proves him right?
divide waters above from waters below, and it is called heaven, and it contains the sun, moon, and stars. And we find out that they pass through gates in Enoch, okay? They pass through 12 gates, and the stars are actually living entities. They're actually angels.
All right, where are these gates? Where are these gates? Show them, prove them. Prove that there's gates. Bible also said that the sun moves across the sky in a chariot, a golden chariot. Where's the chariot? Never seen a chariot. See, that's how stupid they were back then. They thought a chariot carried the sun.
So the stars that you see in the sky are
A chariot that's obviously not there, ever.
are living beings that you're seeing. The reason the sky is blue is because of the water that's over us.
No, the reason the sky is blue is because blue is a longer wavelength.
And from Isaiah and Job, we can see that it is spread out like a tent, curtain, or molten glass. And in Psalms, we can see that it reflects the power and glory of Elohim. And in Ezekiel, it appears crystal-like and supports Yah's throne above it. So in short, the firmament in the
So where's this throne? If it's made of glass and there's a throne on it, we should be able to use a telescope and fucking see it. Right? We can see the sun and moon and stars that are in it. Why can't we see something that's on the other side of this transparent glass dome? Why can't we see this throne? Where is this throne, man?
Bible is not just air or atmosphere. It is a divine.
No, it is air and atmosphere. That's what Rakia means. That's what the sky is. Fucking dumbass.
Divinely created, stretched out, solid like expands, separating the waters above from the waters below, housing the lights of heaven.
I gotta shave my beard off. It's getting too unruly.
And serving as the foundation beneath Yah's throne. In 1 Enoch 14:8, it says, "And I went in till I drew nigh to a wall which is built of crystals and surrounded by tongues of fire. And it began."
Really? So why can't we find this anywhere?
And to affright me, and I went into the tongues of fire and drew nigh.
See, that's a vision. Prophet Enoch's vision. See, this is a hallucination. That's what a vision is. A hallucination. I saw trees melt. Does that mean trees melt? No. This is a vision, dipshit. This is a hallucination he had. You're going to base your reality on a hallucination? Good fucking Lord.
House which was built of crystals, and the wall of the house were like a tesseled floor, which is crystal bricks, and its groundwork was of crystal. Its ceiling was like the path of the stars and the lightnings. Enoch describes the firmament as a crystal, like a heavenly wall or ceiling separating realms. So there's windows in the firmament.
If you're not dressed in a cloak, holding a D20 dice in your hand, and you use the word realm, you're a dumbass.
Like I said before, in 1 Enoch 33:2-4 says this. It says, "And I saw the chambers of the sun and the moon, whence they go out."
Now I'm looking in my Bible. And I don't see Enoch anywhere.
And whither they come, in their glorious return. And I saw the sun and the moon come out, and the stars also, and all the works of the heaven. So Enoch saw the portals and windows in the firmament through which the sun and the moon and stars move, which move
in a vision, in an hallucination. Do you know the difference between reality and hallucination?
moves in like a clockwise, or like it just moves around the firmament in the inside. 1 Enoch 17:5-6.
So why isn't your sun illuminating? Well, it is. What's stopping the light from going further than this line? Why is that? Why is it stopping here? You know, if the sun has the energy to get to here, and to here, because it's got to illuminate the sun, right? The sun or the moon. The moon isn't a light source. The sun reflects light. So if it can reflect light from, if it can reflect the light from all the way over here, then you should be able to see the light everywhere. See, why does the light stop here, but it keeps going over here? See, from here to here is a longer distance than it is from here to here. So if you take the distance from here to here, the sun should be all the way over here. Right? There's absolutely no reason why the sun should not be seen everywhere on your flat earth. Hey, Billy.
6 says, I saw the foundations of the earth and the cornerstone of the earth. I saw the four winds which bear the earth and the firmament of the heaven. And I saw
in its hallucination.
how the wind stretcheth out the vault of the heaven and have their station between heaven and earth. These are the pillars of heaven. So Enoch shows that the firmament is upheld by pillars. And the scripture says multiple times that the firmament was
Okay, where are those pillars? Where are the pillars, dude?
held up by pillars. So now the storehouses in 1 Enoch 18 and 1 through 5, it says, I saw the treasuries of all the winds. I saw the foundations of the earth, and I saw
The treasuries of all the winds.
cornerstone of the earth. I saw the four winds which bear the earth
Wow.
and the firmament of the heaven, and I saw the winds stretch out the vaults of the heaven, and how they station between the heaven and the earth. These are the pillars of heaven, and I saw.
You do know that wind is just the movement of air due to atmospheric pressure changes, right? You do realize this, right? Right?
The winds of heaven.
Mike showed up. Mike's down here. Here, let me move this. I guess he is taking calls. So we'll move over here. I guess we can do this. Let's, there we go. So it looks like I'm watching.
Heaven which turned and bring the circumference of the sun and all the stars to their setting. I saw the winds of the earth carrying the clouds. I saw the path of angels. I saw at the end of the earth the firmament of the heaven above. So the firmament holds the storehouses of wind, cloud, rain, stars, the sun, and the moon. Enoch basically explained the seven heavens. So the first heaven is the water and storehouses. The second is prison.
Look, there's like 8 people. There's like 8 people here. What the fuck?
For the rebel angels. Third is the paradise of the righteous. Fourth, sun.
Well, let's count. There's one here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. There's only like 30 people. There's only 30 people in heaven?
Moon and stars. Fifth, angelic.
We'll give you 50, right? There could be some people back here. Hidden back here.
Army. Sixth, angelic orders. And then seventh is
Yes, true, Billy. Absolutely true.
Yah's throne. And this.
See, that's what I was talking about earlier.
And these people read a book that was written by scientifically illiterate people. Just morons. Fucking delusional, hallucinating, and they take it over science. It's sad. It's fucking pathetic. If you had a book, right, that tells you to smash your car engine with a fucking sledgehammer and break all your spark plugs off and pour water in your oil pan, would you accept that as a proper car manual, repair manual? Of course you wouldn't.
Is that no, that is part of the Ethiopian Bible, and there's more because you got to understand
the Ethiopian Bible. I bet it's thin. The Ethiopian Bible is the thinnest Bible.
And from Enoch is where Noah came from. I think Noah was Enoch's grandson. I think. I believe Enoch. Yeah, I believe Noah was Enoch's grandson, and that this was already foretold as to what was going to be done. This is what Enoch actually talks about. What's happening?
Enoch liked to trip on shrooms, man.
And what's your name, Mike again? Isn't it Mike?
Yeah, it's Mike.
Right.
It's Mike. Yeah.
You're going to be moderating that debate with Craig and Toon. I guess they asked for you to moderate. That's what they were talking about.
Yeah, on the 21st, right?
Yeah, that's what I think. I just caught that today. I don't usually watch that channel. I don't know. I can get down with part of the idea of a simulation thing because when it comes down to it, everything is nothing more than electromagnetic signals that
oh my God.
We interpret into the reality that we experience, like
Another retard trying to sound like a philosopher.
through our vision, through our hearing, all of that. It makes this cohesive reality, kind of like the signal between you and I right now is nothing more than a bunch of ones and zeros between us. But once it gets to the device to decode it into a cohesive reality that we can deal with, that's what we're really doing. So I could see that being that way. But as far as like some of the shit that they get, man, I don't know. Maybe it's just over me or whatever. But I just doesn't jive.
Yeah, what I don't get about the whole virtual reality thing is like for like I mean I have an Oculus, right, or a MetaQuest or whatever it is, and I mean you're looking at screens, you know, so it's like what screens am I looking at if the whole universe as we see it is virtual reality? Is it just like you said, the device, right? So right. Would your eyes be the screen at that point?
Well, yeah, it is, and it's up to your interpretation. It's your eyes, it's all your senses. I call it your 5 ears. Okay, you've got 5 different senses that take in all of these electromagnetic signals, all these fields, and interpret it into what we actually see. And the really wild thing about that is because we don't see everything. That's what's so wild. We only actually.
You fucking loudmouth asshole Chong looking motherfucker.
Humans only see like 0.006% of the overall visible light spectrum.
Right? Isn't that sick?
It's so mind-blowing. It's like, what else could be going on?
No, we don't see 0.6% of the visible light spectrum. We see the entire visible light spectrum. That's what makes it visible, is because we can fucking see it, you dumb fuck.
What else could
we only see 0.6% of the electromagnetic spectrum, but not the visible light spectrum, because that's why it's visible light, because we can see it with our unaided eyes, you dumb piece of fucking shit.
Could be around us that we.
Oh my God.
Aware, you know,
visible
and that's
things.
When it comes into like.
Yeah, Ronnie and Jason are idiots. Billy, this guy right here, the slayer of Rabbi Duffy, this anti-Semitic piece of fucking garbage, is one of their followers. He's one of their guys. He thinks that everything's a fucking VR.
When you start getting into the esoteric aspect about demons, angels, that kind of thing, then on another
that don't fucking exist. Demons and angels don't exist.
Vibratory level, that they exist within the same space as us, but we don't necessarily interact with one another. It's kind of like,
oh, okay, so it's all imaginary and made up in your head.
How you can have a country music station on 94.7, and then you go one more click up the 94 band to 94.8, and it's a heavy metal rock band. They don't.
So you think that reality works like fucking radio stations? Is that how goddamn dumb you are?
Interfere with each other, but they're on the same plane of frequency.
Actually, they do interfere with each other. If you get between 2 fucking frequencies, you stupid fuck.
See?
He doesn't even know how anything works. Doesn't know how radio works. It's just stupid as fuck.
But on different wavelengths.
But yet he thinks he's smarter than everyone because he dropped out of school early. He's actually said that. He's smarter than everyone because he didn't give in to this indoctrination. He said you're dumber if you stay in school.
So they don't interfere with one another. But oftentimes they do jive up and interfere with one another.
Well, then that blows your whole fucking spiel, man. That blows your entire fucking argument.
Yeah, and that actually brings me to I used to on Friday nights I debunk ghost videos, but I still, like, personally, I go and investigate ghosts, right? Like, I have all this equipment, and one of the cool things that I like that's used for like commercial ghost hunters is like an ultraviolet camera, so you can see capture pictures of, you know.
Oh, thanks, Diver.
An invisible light spectrum.
Thanks, Dan.
Which is really cool. And, you know, they say they get ghosts and stuff in that spectrum, but I don't actually believe any of it. But it's fun to investigate.
What do you think about those stories that came out about the night vision when they were first pioneering the night vision? And it also goes into the whole realm of the Dicynenian glasses
Realm, drink.
that are now illegal, from what I understand, having this blue dye that this guy created out of coal oil, that he could see energetic fields.
Say what? Hold on.
It came out about the night vision when they were first pioneering the night vision. And it also goes into the whole realm of the Dicynenian glasses.
What? Museum of Tarot. Museum of Tarot. Etsy. Okay. What is Dicynenian? It's dicyanin. Dicyanin dye because it has cyanide in it. Why is dicyanin dye and what is dicyanin dye and why is it illegal? Sedation, it's a fucking poison, man. It isn't because it lets you see spirits. It's because it's a fucking deadly poison. It's cyanide. Jesus fucking Christ.
That are now illegal, from what I understand, having this blue dye that this guy created out of coal oil, that he could see energetic fields and shit. There was...
And no, cyanide is not made out of coal oil. Let's see. Dye. Let's look that up. Dicyanin is a synthetic dye classified as a cyanine dye, originally developed for scientific and photographic applications. Chemically, it belongs to the class of cationic dyes, or cationic dyes, known for the strong absorption in the visible and near-infrared spectrum. Its molecular formula is C25H25IN2, and it typically appears as a dark green or blue-green powder. Dicyanin was historically used in the early 20th centuries as a sensitizing agent in photographic plates, particularly to extend their sensitivity into the infrared region. Although it was never widely adopted in modern imaging, dicyanin gained attention due to claims unsupported by scientific evidence that it could be used in optical devices to enhance human perception of energy fields or auras. These claims are considered pseudoscientific, and dicyanin is not recognized in any official medical, optical, or scientific use today. Let's see, how's it made? How is dicyanin dye made? Oh, coal tar. Okay. Made from coal tar. At least he got something right.
I'd heard this from a couple of different sources that prior to the modern night vision that we have now, early in Vietnam, they were pioneering this night vision that used a red
Who was?
spectrum instead of the green that we use now.
Yeah.
And this guy on a chopper, man, soldiers would freak out because they saw creatures.
Oh,
no, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like this one guy was talking about, they were going toward an LZ, and all of a sudden the gunner, he started freaking out and started shooting in the air and shit. And he thought, oh God, here's another one of these drug cases or something like that. And he took the goggles off of the guy. He's like, what are you doing? Pulled him away from the gun. And he said, he's like, oh my God, they're everywhere. And they're like, what the fuck? And so the guy put the goggles on to man the
You know, back in Vietnam days, LSD was legal.
gun, and he saw him too. And he said he saw these like demon things flying around and shit around the choppers, following him to the landing zone.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah. Oh yeah,
it
he
was soon after that they totally took back all the red night vision goggles, and they developed it in the green spectrums, and that's what they're using now. See,
yeah. This is actually pretty. This is pretty cool. It
That's
didn't
interesting,
take
isn't it?
much looking for me to find that story. But it's on unidentified phenomena.
Yeah.
Unidentified phenomena.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I want to look into that. That might be a cool episode.
Can I ask you a question? Debunk. Do you guys use those squawk boxes, those talk boxes that click between the stations, where it, and you could hear?
Oh, and the ghost hunting thing.
Yeah, those like ghost boxes,
spirit,
those
yeah,
little squawk
the
boxes.
spirit box. Yeah,
Yeah.
the SP7 and the SP11. I have both. But it's just like I mean that tool is like I'm not into it because all you're getting is radio stations and they're like, oh, it said something. No, it was just some dude saying 94.5 WFNX or whatever.
Well, what do you think about EVP phenomena?
That's interesting. So, what's up?
Has anybody ever been killed by a ghost? Just out of curious, is there any?
No, because ghosts aren't real. Same way as nobody's ever been killed by a unicorn or Bigfoot or the Tooth Fairy. See, they aren't real.
I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry.
If they sure didn't tell anybody about it. I'll tell you that.
My son's freaking out. I don't know.
Yeah, they're keeping it secret.
I don't know why he's freaking out. He's
Yeah,
just dancing to some music, but yeah, no. The EVP, there's a specific model of voice recorder that people will use, and the reason why they use a specific model is because it's such a quality of audio that there's always some kind of like a you know, like when you turn it up, you can constantly hear this feedback, and that's why it's so popular amongst ghost hunters, because it can easily just have a little bit more feedback sometimes, and then people are like, oh, it was a voice, it was a whisper, it was a growl or whatever, and it's like, no. But if you actually take
No, it was a bush. Everybody knows it's a bush.
like a really crisp voice recorder, you're not gonna get anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of that stuff. I've had some experiences. I've seen shadow people.
No, you haven't.
And that's I've so often that I'm just used to it. You know, I just kind of go,
Oh, I'm just used to it. You fucking liar.
oh, there was another shadow person. I might tell my wife about it the next day.
Now, see, that's called seeing things. That's called hallucinations. That's called not being well in the head. You should probably seek help. Tell your doctor, look, I'm seeing hallucinations. I'm seeing people in shadows. Is there anything you can give me for that?
Yeah.
I recommend lithium,
But this
thorazine. That's a good one.
one time I remember I was just a kid, and some friends of my mom and dad's were going on vacation, and they wanted us to house sit, and they had this old farmhouse. And you know how those places are set up. You know, when you go upstairs, it's a blind hallway. It's a dead end hallway up the stairs, an old farmhouse. So we went to get groceries, and we came back into the house, and we start walking in. We get in the kitchen and put this shit on the table, the bags. All of a sudden, we heard footsteps really loud, like somebody was stomping, going womp 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 upstairs. My dad's like, "What the fuck is that?" He reached around and he grabbed this. There was like a baseball bat, and he says, "Y'all wait here." and he went on upstairs and he checked every fucking room all the way down the hallway and everything to the end. There was not a single person in that place.
Jesus.
Hmm.
That's terrifying, though. There's
Yeah, I
terrifying
mean,
for
that
two
was-
reasons.
No, it's made up, Mike. It's a lie. He made shit up. Because he's a nothing. He's a nobody. He doesn't have friends. He's just a nobody, and he has to make bullshit up to seem important. That's it, dude.
Yeah, right.
Could be
And
an
it's like-
intruder in your house, or
Yeah.
there's a spirit in your house that you can't see.
Or it could be made up shit. It could be that. Seeing as ghosts don't exist and things that aren't real can't make noises, it has to be made up bullshit.
Well, sure. That's initially what my dad thought was somebody's done broke in here or something. You know, I better check this out.
Yeah.
But that was the freaky part.
Or else someone was making noises and your father said, hey, let's scare the kids. Go make some noises and I'll go check it out and tell them there was nobody there. Could be that too. You know, dads are kind of cruel in that way.
And then we were
And judging from the way you grew up, I'm sure your dad was pretty fucking cruel.
going to bed that night, and not soon after we went to bed, heard a party going on downstairs. Like there was music and people making noise and glasses clinking and shit. And
Interesting.
we all woke up and went, and there was nobody there. Everything was quiet. As soon as we
Wow.
went downstairs, it's just gone.
That's
So you weren't watching television? The radio? Okay. This guy's about as deluded as he is racist.
so interesting. I've only heard stories like that on like the TV shows. Like that's actually pretty interesting that you experienced that yourself.
That was pretty crazy. Yeah.
Like, and one of the bummer things about this whole thing, like me investigating, ghosts and whatnot, is I haven't caught anything. And I've spent I have hours and hours and hours of.
It's because you're not a grifter, Mike. It's because you're not a grifter. You aren't doing it to mislead people. You're doing it to debunk bullshit. That's why you've never seen anything, because it's not real.
Of footage and audio and video and all that kind of stuff. I even went, like, I have charts that I got. Like, I went to the Enfield Demon House in Connecticut. I went to the S.K. Pierce Haunted Mansion in Gardner, Mass. These are places I spent the night or multiple nights, and with equipment going and all that kind of stuff. And you sit there for hours and hours and hours listening to all this stuff and watching very closely at different parts of the screen.
We got where I live at. I live like about 15 miles. You got to go over the mountain.
So why are they talking about this shit? Title of the stream is "It's Still Not a Globe." So he's inviting people on to talk about how it's still not a globe, but they're going to talk about this horse shit. Okay,
Gap over here, and
it's fucking clickbait. But go ahead.
is the Newmarket battlefield. It's probably about 12 miles as a crow flies, and that was the last decisive victory of the Confederacy. Well, people have seen the ghost of this cadet that was killed there.
No, they haven't.
He was a cadet from Virginia Military Institute. He was like 14 or 15 years old.
Oh, wow.
Ghosts aren't real.
And people have seen, multiple people have seen this kid walking around right there in what they call the lost field of shoes, the field of the lost shoes. And that's where the cadets made their charge. It was really quite something. What happened was the students at the Virginia Military Institute down in Lexington were called upon, and they marched all the way up the Valley Pike here, which from Stanton, that's quite a ways, man, from Lexington. They came all the way up here, and they joined the battle on the third day of the battle in May of 1864. It was killer rain. Oh, interesting fact: the Confederate general in charge of the forces on the Confederate side was Mary Lincoln's first cousin. Anyway,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, weird. Ironic.
So anyway, a Union battery from I think it was from Pennsylvania. Yeah, Pennsylvania battery had blown a hole in the Confederate lines. Now it had been raining for the last 3 days nonstop. The ground was muddy, it was fucked up, and there was a freshly plowed field right there.
Hence the shoes.
That's where the cadets were at. They made a charge across that field, and it sucked a lot of their shoes off. And for years and years afterwards, when they plow that field, they dig up shoes from time to time. Anyway,
Well,
they
that's
ended up
messed up.
successfully capturing the Union battery. They captured the guns, turned the guns around, used them on the enemy, and it was the last decisive victory of the Confederacy of 1864. But anyway, people have seen this ghost boy walk around. Them dogs are going to drive me nuts, man. I swear to God.
Speaking of dogs, my son was he's no longer asleep. Now he's watching Blue's Clues. Yeah, and I also want to take a trip to Gettysburg, but like that's like
dude, that's
that's
energy.
so overdone.
I'm sensitive.
Yeah, I've been
I
there a
am
few times.
sensitive to that. That place is
Yeah.
full of energy. I'm not kidding you. And it overtakes you, especially at night. If you're there in Gettysburg at night, I used to do Civil War reenactments. I was a Confederate reenactor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was actually an
Yeah.
I was an extra in the movie Gettysburg. I was one of the
Oh,
many,
yeah?
many,
No
many,
shit.
many actors. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
When did that movie come
there's
out?
like, what's that? What was that?
And when did that movie come out?
96, I think.
So is it any wonder that he's a Confederate reenactor? Does that surprise any fucking body?
Wanting to say?
That's cool.
Yeah, it was wild, man. So we camped there. You know, one of the scenes is where we had our encampment. There's a red barn there. That's actually at Hare's Ridge, which is really close to exactly the same terrain, just a few miles down from Gettysburg. And that's where we were encamped. Well, there was Confederates camped there too at the time. And man, just the feeling you get, the energy you can feel in that place is just, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. Because so many people,
I mean, lots of blood was shed there, man.
dude, and it's not just all the people that were dead there. Those aren't where all the dead are at. There was people that died on their way out of there, leaving. There's like trails of the bodies. In fact, right here in our town, over here on Chapel Road at the chapel, there's 7 unmarked graves of Confederate soldiers that died on their way back from Gettysburg, from the retreat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
There's another
This
there
is
and
so
another
cool.
ghost story. Another ghost story right over here in Harrisonburg. The boy Major.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah, I've heard of yeah, sorry, go ahead.
It's at the place is now a quilt museum, but it was once somebody's home. And he was a major in an artillery unit. Latimer was his last name. And he was the youngest major in the Confederate Army. He got wounded in the arm at Gettysburg and then had his arm amputated, and he was convalescing in that house. And he succumbed to pneumonia and died. And people have seen him stand.
See, he knows all this, but he can't fucking remember math, geometry. He can't remember the fucking shit that's needed in life. But he remembers all this useless horse shit.
Standing on the stairs and shit, going into the quilt museum. They'll see him standing on the stairs, and then he'll disappear and shit. And he's buried right there. In
So
Harrisonburg.
cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot of little ghost stories.
When am I going to see something like that? Like,
I've
I'm
not
looking
seen it
for it. I
myself,
can't
but
find
yeah,
it.
people have said they saw it. Yeah. Well, some of the stories out of Gettysburg,
that's
there
cool.
was people of
See, you don't have to see it, Mike. You just have to say you saw it. That's all there is to it, man. This guy didn't see shit. This guy didn't see any ghosts or shadow people. He just said he did. That's all that's needed, man. You don't have to actually see anything.
reputable credentials and persons that hold responsible positions have had some stories to tell. Like there was this lady that worked at the seminary, and that's where Buford's cavalry got into it with Heath's army on the first day of Gettysburg. And she got on the elevator because she was on the second floor, and she got on the elevator and to go to the first floor, and it went past the first floor down to the basement. The door opened up, and she was astonished by what she saw. It was a
dude getting head.
They were using it as an operating room. There was doctors amputating arms. There was nurses and shit walking around, and there's straw all over the floor.
No, she never saw anything like that. Sorry.
And the one doctor looked at her and asked her to come to him to help.
No, that never happened.
And then the door closed, and the elevator went back up to the first floor. Well, yeah, man. And then when she went back down again,
that's like a Disney movie or Disney ride.
That's no shit. And she was somebody who worked there, you know, secretary, the like head woman. There was a contingency of foreign diplomats that were touring the park, and it was kind of
A park? You mean something that people pay money to go see? Where stories of ghosts will get more tourists in to see? You mean that kind of park?
kind of during off season.
God damn, what a dumb motherfucker.
And when they got back to the visitor center, they thanked everybody in the visitor center for putting on such a realistic reenactment of the battle. They were like, "What are you talking about?"
And they're like, "What are you talking about?"
Listen, as a reenactor, I know for a fact that it's illegal to do any reenactments on the actual battlefield. In fact, you're not even allowed to have any of the weaponry, like your musket. If you're a reenactor, you can't take it onto the regular battlefield, onto the real battlefield. You know, it's against the law. And I think it's like a $50 fine for every musket cap you have on you, if you even take musket caps with you onto the battlefield. So yeah, they're pretty strict about that shit.
All right, well, say hi.
Who's that?
Hi, Soph.
How you doing, kiddo?
This is my boy.
Yep. Taking over.
All right.
Why is Mike humoring this guy?
This is my cue. Hey, thanks for the stories. I appreciate it. I got stuff to look into now. I appreciate that, Soph. Thank you.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, look up the ghost
Soph.
stories in Gettysburg. Those are really interesting.
Bye,
The ghost
Soph.
stories.
Bye,
All right,
Soph.
bye, buddy. What's your name? What's your name, little guy?
His name is Grayson.
Grayson. All right.
Yeah, I'm super into this. I mean, I can't. I mean, I can't show this, but like this.
I can't. You know, I have to
this
wonder
imagery
what
is
are they?
insane.
Because listen, a lot of people have seen things. You know,
What are they? Made up bullshit stories. That's what they are.
including myself. You know, I've experienced some things, and I have to wonder what is it really though? Because you know, a lot of times people say, "Oh, I saw a." Is it really is it just a ripple in time that you're seeing, or is it you know, a snapshot from the past, a vibration? Because let's face it, could it be the soul of another person who's passed on? Why would they have on clothes? Right? Why would they have on clothes?
Right.
Is it just a method of Satan deceiving?
Because it's made up bullshit, man. Why did they wear uniforms on a fucking Marvel video, on a Marvel movie? Why?
Us? Is it a method of demons deceiving us into thinking we're seeing something that we're actually not? I don't know. You know, it's interesting because
actually,
I saw a woman in a white dress, and it's like, oh, so the dress had a soul too. The dress had a ghost. What?
Yeah, exactly. So that's actually one of before I head off. I was on like Ether Cosmology or whatever, one of those Discord channels, and I was actually asked. We had a conversation about ghosts and stuff, And I was actually asked, well, if the Earth is moving through space, and ghosts have no like tether to, like, they're just entities that are not affected by our physical world, wouldn't they fly off as we move through space? And that was a really cool thing to think about too. It's
Yeah, where would
fascinating,
they-
fascinating stuff.
How would that go? Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
well, that's another thing too. Where
Damn, gullible people will just fall for anything, would they?
it's heaven.
I'll be right back.
That means what? God's light years away. I mean, no,
No, it means God isn't real, dumb fuck.
he's right there. man.
Jesus Christ.
I think heaven doesn't exist in a physical realm. I think it exists in a spiritual realm, and
It's
that's
on
where
a
we go when
different
we die.
frequency.
Is a
It's
spiritual.
it's on a completely different frequency. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, right.
Either
there
way, we could have a
be
conversation about that
absolutely
later.
an entire world existing around you right now in the same place where you're at that you're unaware of because you're on that different frequency.
Yeah, and if all this monopoly money was real, we'd be rich.
Sorry, D-Man.
Right?
I'm sorry, I was just gonna say I threw
What's
a
up?
link in for both of you guys. I threw a link in there for both you guys, for you,
threw a
and
link?
Sov. Yeah, it's in the private chat.
Yeah, and if all this monopoly money was real, we'd be rich.
For those
buy
Dacian, all right?
Dicyanin.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
Man, that word fucks me up every time I try to say it. What was that other one that was getting with me too?
Save it so that way you can look at those later and you can buy a pair of those and see if they work.
Spectroscopy. That one right there. That's like a. But see, and then I can say tongue twisters. You know, certain words fuck me up, but I can, I slit the sheet I slit, not the slitted sheet I sit. No problem, right? But
Yeah, these are like $60.
spectroscopy fucks me up. Yeah, I've seen these, man. It's
Oh man, these are cool. These will make you look like you're from the future.
Now, yeah, look into the actual ones though, man. It was like that's some interesting shit because they made the dye illegal. Dicyanin
No, dicyanin dye isn't illegal.
dye. They made it illegal.
There's some real old ones in there. There's some old.
False. U.S. makes dicyanin dye illegal because of its supernatural properties. False. Dicyanin dye is not included in the list of chemicals that are illegal and controlled in the United States. Claim the United States has made dicyanin dye illegal since the 1940s because it can be used to see the astral plane when placed between two glasses. False. Dicyanin dye is not included in the list of chemicals that are illegal and controlled in the U.S. Research on dicyanin and manufacturers that made it did not say anything about dicyanin dye possessing any supernatural properties. It's only used for laboratory purposes in the field of astronomy and spectrochemical research. So, you're a fucking idiot.
Old ones that you could buy too that are Soviet made.
Ah, see.
Ooh.
Them Russians
Oh yeah,
trying to brainwash
for $815.
Yeah.
Rare red quinoline dicyanin, whatever. Goggles, World War II. This is sick. That's cool. Interesting.
Yeah,
All of
that
them look
story
blue,
about
but,
those guys
but it
in
looks like
Vietnam
that
is
one is red.
interesting.
Yeah. All right. I'm on borrowed time here. Thanks for having me
All
on,
right,
Tom.
well-
I just wanted to hop in and see what was up.
Good to see you, man.
All right.
Because
Let's see if anybody else is going to come on.
Already.
Anyway, let's watch this. This is entitled, When Throwing Pee on Officers Doesn't End Well.
What you see here is a woman in a stolen car who decided to put pee and poop in a big gulp cup and splash officers with her own urine.
Oh, this nasty fucking whore.
The car! Now! Here's how it all went down. Officers with the Edmond Police Department got a hit on a stolen vehicle out of Nebraska. The day before, they had seen the same vehicle in a hotel parking lot, but were unable to read the tag. The following day, officers spotted the same woman again. After confirming
I mean, that's just fucking nasty.
the stolen car, they moved in and blocked the vehicle in.
I-76
She's lucky she didn't get shot.
623 RB.
I mean, what if that was acid? Right?
You're running. Ma'am, get out of the car. Get out of the car. This car's reported stolen. Turn the car off and get out of the vehicle.
That's not what happened.
Get out of the car.
And officers, 1033,
Get out of the vehicle. No, get out of the car. Ma'am, get out of the car. You're gonna hit my police car. Get out of the car. It's right behind you. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. You have a baton?
Anybody still here?
Give me your baton.
The fuck was that? What is he carrying in his car? So you got a cell phone, an old style flip phone. What the shit is this thing? The fuck is that? Is that a donut on a stick? What the fuck? What the hell, man?
Ma'am, get out of the car.
Yeah, I mean, fucking flat earthers are boring, man. Just boring as shit. I mean, these guys, these motherfuckers, sovereign citizens, these guys are where it's at, man. These guys are so convinced of their delusion that they're willing to go to jail, lose everything they have over it. Flat earthers can't put their money where their mouth is.
Don't reach for anything. Get out of the car.
Flat earthers are just pussies.
Get out of the car.
Oh, motherfucker. I would beat the living shit out of that bitch. This fucking nasty cunt. Nasty fucking cunt.
Get out of the car. Get out. You better put that down. Get out of the car. I'm switching to taser. Switching to taser.
Taser ass, man. That's the first thing that should happen when she fucking did that, is tased her right in the fucking forehead.
I'm gonna tase you.
Then do it.
Tase you.
Do it.
Negative. Stuck it out of the car.
There you go. Get 40,000 volts of screaming Jesus put through you.
No. Don't move. Don't move. Get out. Get out of the car now. Get on the ground. Now. Get on the ground. Now. Get on the ground.
Fucking nasty bitch.
I don't know what the hell you just threw on me, but that was incredibly stupid.
I'd get to a goddamn emergency room, man. That's vile.
Can I pull these out? I leave it. Leave it in?
Pull them out slow.
Okay.
Fuck her. Pull them out slow. Twist them while you're doing it.
What? Yeah, there's one in 3. One hit the window.
Thank God for baby wipes. Yeah, that'd be okay, Dan. Man, that's just nasty. Vile. I mean, in a just and fair world, the cop should be allowed. The cop that she threw that on should be allowed to stand right over her and piss on her head.
Was it? Nice.
That should be allowed.
692 and 693 are both 97.
I mean, God knows what that was in that cup.
God damn.
Nasty. If this is the old days, she'd be a bloody mess going to the fucking hospital.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Go ahead, 521.
Threw piss on us.
Absolutely, okay. Clear thanks.
You need to take care of yourself, man. I'll hold this, man. Go ahead.
Huh?
Do you need to strip yours down?
Oh.
Man. I got you.
I don't know if I have anything on me.
Are we clear to clear the air?
Hey, from
Evans, are into 1064?
What's her name? Okay.
Is it Nicole?
We'll get it.
I think
And then
Nicole.
we'll ask them what room
Okay, you said your last name is pronounced Magoo?
I think it just splashed on me. I'll probably have to change it.
Evan, 450.
No, dude, that didn't just splash on you. That was a direct shot, man. You could, your fucking body cam looked like you've been in a rainstorm.
She hit you directly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this guy's the one that got hit.
I thought she was. I couldn't tell what she was doing there. Just
Check for 76 and from the Brian.
I couldn't tell exactly what it was.
The red Honda Civic.
I was hoping it was Coke.
They pulled into Gulfstream. Sorry, baby, Edmund. I'll get back. 10-4.
I mean, the mere fact that this subhuman had the fucking balls to do that is what's wrong with our fucking society. Person had absolutely no fucking good upbringing by a good parent. No one loved this person enough to tell them that that's not right. I just fuck.
EMS was called and the woman was taken.
If that was me, that would be my last fucking day on the force.
Taken to the local hospital for a cut on her hand. When she woke up, officers charged her with a felony and she was given no bond. As for the officer involved, he turned out to be okay.
Jesus. Holy fucking shit, man. What? Okay, hold on. And I think this will be, yeah, I've been on for 2 hours. We'll watch this guy.
Okay, you said you're.
See, I'm not sure when the earliest one was. This was a month ago. Let's see. Let me just look up Mr. Magoo.
Yes, it looks like a generator and it pumps the shit to a pipe or.
All right, Mr. Magoo. See, that's 13 days ago, 1 month. Three weeks. Month ago.
The case of the people versus Daniel Magoo.
Mr. Magoo. Judge Simpson is a righteous judge. He's good.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ashley Lottie for the people.
Sir, state your name.
I'm here on a special appearance, Your Honor. Magoo is Easy Elastical Trust, registered in
The trust.
Jackson County, on case number 2522246.
Okay, is your name Daniel Magoo?
Your Honor, that is the name you seek, and it is copyrighted and trademarked.
No, you can't copyright your name, dipshit. Sorry. It's illegal to copyright your name.
Okay, very well. Mr. Magoo,
I think you can trademark your name, but you can't copyright it.
are you represented
You can only copyright artwork or literary works.
by an attorney, or do you wish to be represented by an attorney on these matters?
I am not.
Do you wish to be?
No, not at this time.
Let me then do this. You have two cases.
My name is.
Might watch this one after,
Cases before this
and then we'll call it.
court, one being the case ending, let me get the full case number 25F
But this isn't Mr. Magoo's first dance.
40523. In that case, sir, the complaint does allege that on March 27, 2004, you committed the offense of operating while intoxicated. Do you understand what you're charged with?
I do not.
You do not understand
There is
that?
no eyewitnesses or
Now, he doesn't stand under what you say.
corroborating witnesses at all.
I'm not asking whether or not the proofs are there. Do you understand what you are charged with?
I do not.
Do you understand the notion of drunk driving?
I do not understand how I could be
We've been
charged with
through this
something without a
before on
witness.
your other cases
He doesn't understand how the concept of drunk driving.
when you represent yourself, so we'll just do it.
You're talking about the case that's in federal court right now,
You
Your
are
Honor?
before a complaint in that case for a charge of operating while intoxicated, third offense. Because it's a third offense, that is a felony. It is punishable by up to $500 to $5,000, up 1 to 5 years incarceration. The court can order probation, 30 days to 1 year in jail, or at least 48 hours must be conserved consecutively. The court can also order community service, rehabilitative programs. The court can also order your vehicle immobilized, can order you to pay the cost of the prosecution as well as the cost of any emergency governmental services.
As I am here and as a trust, Your Honor, I am here in exclusive equity. Exclusive equity.
You count 2 on that
Exclusive equity. What?
complaint is the charge of operating while license suspended, denied, and or revoked. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 fine plus court costs, and your vehicle could be subject to immobilization.
My license is
Count
canceled,
3.
not suspended or revoked. It
Count
is canceled
3
through the state
on
of
that
Michigan.
complaint.
Canceled.
Oh, what a rude fucker.
Is the charge of escape from lawful custody. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year, a $1,000 fine.
I was never arrested or read any Miranda rights accordingly.
What? Were you questioned? Were you interrogated? No? Well, then they don't have to read you your fucking rights, dipshit. Miranda applies to things that could incriminate you that you say. If you weren't questioned, they don't have to read you your Miranda.
Given that the defendant is talking in English, that he understands English, understands the nature of those charges and what he's charged against.
So malicious prosecution by
He wishes
Washtenaw
to
County
represent
prosecutor as
himself.
usual.
Sir, there is great peril in representing yourself. You will be held to the same standards as anybody apply or for.
This is a matter under the Eastern
Not
District of
assist
Michigan
you in
Federal
any way,
Court.
or
Case
show
number
you any
2511226.
favoritism because you were not represented by counsel. I would further indicate, sir, that
No, a DWI is not the jurisdiction of the federal of it's not federal jurisdiction, man. What the fuck are you talking about?
at any point during these proceedings, if you wish to be represented by counsel, you can make that request to the court and counsel would be appointed to represent you. Because of the defendant's conduct in the past in not acknowledging the court and what the court is saying, the court does make the presumption that he does speak English. He understands that. I would further state on the record that Mr. Magoo has been through this process before. He does understand that if he does wish to be represented by counsel, the court would give him counsel or would have counsel appointed to represent him in this matter. In the case 25F30979 in that
Judge Simpson doesn't take any shit either.
case, sir, you are before a complaint that alleges that on or about July 3rd of 2025,
It's true, Dan, true.
count one is fleeing and eluding fourth degree.
Added on by the
Police
prosecutor's
officer.
office after the
Sir,
fact.
that is a felony, punishable by up
Malicious
to 2 years
prosecution.
incarceration and a $2,000 fine plus court costs, mandatory suspension by the secretary.
He's such a victim, isn't he? Such a poor, sad victim.
Secretary of State.
My Secretary of
two
State, anything
is
is canceled. I have no contracts with the state of
Vehicle,
Michigan.
that is a misdemeanor.
This
Charge
is a matter of trust,
If you canceled your driver's license, why the fuck are you driving, asshole?
Your Honor. This is a matter of trust.
punished
I am protected
to
under a
90
trust.
days in jail, a $100 fine plus.
His trust is, see, sovereign citizens believe that when you're born, two entities are created. Your physical body and your trust or your straw man, your legal fiction. And any kind of fines or penalties, financial penalties you get, you know, where you have to give people money like rent or things like that, or like court costs or fines or tickets, your trust will take care of it. It's $1 million. See, everyone's given $1 million trust when they're born. Well, their corporate fiction is, but they can access that sometimes.
Court costs.
These people are fucking delusional.
Count 3 on that complaint alleges operating a motor vehicle without security. That is a misdemeanor, not punishable by not more than 1 year incarceration and not less than $200 nor $500 fine plus court cost. Count 4 is operating while license suspended, denied, and or revoked. That is a misdemeanor.
All of my registrations are through the federal government. I have federal government
No, you don't register your vehicle through the federal government, stupid. That's the purview of the states,
registration.
as per the 10th Amendment.
Plus
I do not have contracts with the
Vehicle could
state.
be subject to mobilization. Count 5 on that complaint alleges refusal to obey a
Just ignoring him. I love Judge Simpson. This guy's great, man. Cedric rocks.
refusal to.
I have an international driver's
Police
permit.
officer.
There's no such thing as an international driver's permit. Let's look that up. Here, there might be. I don't know. International driver's permit. Get your international driver's permit in 5 minutes. translates your driver's license into multiple languages and serves as an official document to allow you to drive legally in countries where your home country's license is not recognized. So, you're an American, dumb fuck. It doesn't matter. It doesn't apply.
That is.
And this dumb shit claims that he's a national, an American national or some shit like that. Which those are people from Guam and Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. Those are nationals, not people who are born in this country. These people are just dumb as fuck, man. Sovereign citizen and flat Earth are two sides of the same fucking coin.
Is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days, $100 fine plus court costs. I would indicate to the defendant the same admonition.
I mean, these people believe that laws don't apply to them. Flat earthers think that science doesn't apply to them or physics doesn't apply to them. They think they can just make up their own shit.
Regarding the perils and representing oneself that I stated in the other case also apply to this case.
Were you served your notice and summons yet, Your Honor?
Wishes to have counsel appointed. The court would
Serve you notice and summons. You're here, dude. You're here. There's no need to issue a summons. You're here.
consider or would appoint counsel to represent him in this matter. And
Tell you, if I was Cedric, if I was Judge Simpson, I would hold him over. I'd hold him I'd hold him over in jail till his case.
And he apparently wishes to proceed.
Were you served your notice
Having
and summons
notice
for federal
of
court?
the charges, sir, do you wish to still proceed without an attorney?
I just want to know, where do you get
Do
your
you
powers?
wish
Are
to
you an Article
proceed?
3 judge or an Article 6 judge?
He gets his powers from the Constitution of the state he resides in. That's where he gets his powers.
Where are
Do
your
you
vested
wish to
powers? Can you
proceed
answer
without
that?
an attorney?
You can't even answer
look
me
it
where your
up.
powers are.
You can look it up.
No, you guys disconnected my access to any kind of law library or anything. You are an Article 6 judge under the Michigan Constitution. You have no authority to deprive me of my...
No, he's not. It's Article 6. Article 6 of the Constitution. Article 6 establishes that the laws and treaties of the United States are made in accordance with the supreme law of the land, forbids religious tests as a requirement for holding government positions. So it's not that.
Am I
You will
right?
see how much authority I have. I will assume that you wish
This is
to
a matter
proceed
of
without
trust.
counsel. I will assume you wish to proceed without counsel and that you will wish to continue to proceed.
Practicing
without
law
counsel
from the
until you
bench.
inform the
No, you're not answering him. So he's making your mind up for you, dude. And he can't say that, like, you're guilty. He can't say that you plead guilty because that would be putting words in your mouth. He could say you plead not guilty. It's not practicing law from the bench, dipshit. It's called court procedure. If you don't answer him, he has to make a choice. It has to proceed, whether you like it or not.
court otherwise. Ms. Lundy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is the court completed the arraignment for the record at this time?
Well, he had been arraigned. I was just admonishing him of the perils of representing himself and that it requires in part that I let him know what he is charged with. And I've read them kind of in fully, more so than I would have because he refuses to acknowledge those. So I am satisfied that he now knows all of the charges that are against him.
Thank you, Your Honor. The people would like to be heard on bond when appropriate.
All right. What do we want to set this for?
That cop, man, he's like, yeah, make a move, motherfucker. Do something.
Do you wish to have a preliminary examination, sir?
This is a matter of a federal matter now, Your Honor.
That's not what he asked you, asshole. He asked you a question. Answer his question.
Under case number 2511226, under the Eastern District of Michigan, under the Honorable Mark A. Goldsmith and Magistrate Judge David R. Grand. There is no proceeding here, Your Honor.
There is no proceeding. Oh, there's a proceeding.
I don't know. I think the judge thinks differently.
Well, malicious prosecution is what the proceeding is.
Okay, very good. Do you wish to have a preliminary examination?
There's no proceeding, Your Honor.
He needs to be examined. There needs to be an examination of whether he's fucking mentally able to fucking represent himself.
Your Honor, this is a matter that should be stayed and
What is
dismissed.
the people's position on whether or not we should set this for preliminary examination or adjourn the probable cause?
Your Honor, I don't know if the defendant has received all discovery in this matter, as he is representing himself, so I would request a probable cause date, potentially.
Because you've got to send it.
Yeah, and who restricted my phone
Probable
calls?
cause conference. You know what? You're going to have to stop interrupting. I will give you an opportunity. You've been before me before. I will give you an opportunity to say whatever you want to say. But I'm not going to have you interrupt me, and I'm not going to have you interrupt people when they're talking.
Yeah, that's just rude, man.
As long as you were saying.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have to get, there's video evidence in addition to the paper discovery. I've got to make arrangements with Lieutenant Arnett to work on that, so it may take just a bit longer. I would potentially look at the 7th, maybe, if the court would have entertained that, and then I will wait to be heard on bond when the time is appropriate.
I will adjourn the probable cause August 7th, 2025, 9 a.m. As to bond.
Your Honor, I've been reviewing X-Jail, and I wanted to double check if the defendant had been arraigned. It's not clear to me from a couple of different things, but it does appear that he has been set with a $10,000 bond in 25F30979, as well as 25F40523, each $10,000.
Yes.
Your Honor, I do think it's important that the court have some additional information, and I would have to ask the court to revisit the issue of bond. First and foremost, I think it's important the court know that the facts alleged in the newest case, the 25F30979, it does include the fact that the Michigan State trooper who pulled the defendant over noted in his police report that the defendant had a license on his vehicle that indicated he was a diplomat and that he refused to identify himself. He refused for quite a bit of time. Additional units had to be brought to the scene from the sheriff's department in order to, for lack of a better term, deal with the situation. And ultimately, they were able to identify him as the defendant, Daniel Magoo. The concern with that goes along with the other case, which is an OWI. It is charged as a third. I will note that it is a true fourth, to the best of my understanding. So there does appear to be an alcohol problem going on. And I also think it's important for this court to know, because I don't know that the court knows, the defendant has a third new case, telecommunications use with a domestic relationship, that is currently pending as well. He's also been set $10,000.
Huh, maybe that's why they took your phone privileges away, asshole. Because you were using the phone to harass people.
$10% in that matter. But I think
Where is that case out of?
that case is out of 14B, Your Honor, before Judge Washington.
A co-defendants with the federal case that you guys are both in, and this is a conflict of interest as both of you guys are defendants in my federal case.
Go ahead.
I also understand, Your Honor, that there is a municipal case out of Canton Township that was set for a jury trial in April of this year, where the defendant failed to appear, and there were jurors, there was a veneer that had been brought in. And I bring all of this up to say, Your Honor, that the people are concerned about the defendant's ability to remain law-abiding, because I'll also note for the record that at the time that the new resisting, obstructing, fleeing, eluding case and the telecommunications malicious use case came up, he was in bench warrant status before Judge Slay, is my understanding, for refusing to come after the case here had been bound over, refusing to appear in person. I say all of that to say this: I do think that $10,000 is too low, and I also am going to request a scram tether, because this is an OWI fourth alleged, as well as a GPS tether, given his history of failure to appear and failure to comply with court regulations. Thank you, Your Honor.
Is the bench warrant before Judge Slay still out?
She has bond denied in her case now.
His bond's been denied in that?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Got it. Anything you'd like to say?
Anything to do with any contracts with the state of Michigan are void ab initio for a matter of law, as I have an canceled driver's license and I have an international driver's permit.
You can't cancel your driver's license and have an international driver's permit, dude. All an international driver's permit is a translation of your license, your legal license, your valid license into other languages.
International driver's permit. And that also relates to the Canton case that they're trying to stick me for a driving unlicensed suspended citation in which that I have an international driver's permit, making it also void. All of my matters, including the vehicle that I'm registered under, are registered to the federal government, not
You don't register a license with the federal government.
the state.
Even like the FBI has to register their vehicles with the fucking state, dude. The fuck?
Under the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. All of these charges are frivolous and a part of a long pattern of malicious prosecution by Ms. Landy, the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office.
Poor guy.
And quite frankly, you, Your Honor.
Hearing argument regarding bond, the court does believe that it was an abuse of discretion given the circumstances of this defendant to set his bond at the $10,000 figure. After hearing argument, viewing the file, the court does believe that not only does the defendant pose a risk to the public,
No
I
victims.
do believe that the defendant
The state is the victim, asshole.
is a risk of flight given those circumstances and has indeed, or at least is charged in this case, refused to obey or fled and eluded it.
That was added on afterwards. The police officer did not report that at all.
The court, given those circumstances, would in each case raise the defendant's bond,
You're not going to talk over Cedric Simpson.
grant the people's motion. Defendant's bond in each matter is set in the amount of $50,000 cash here.
Damn.
The tethers I requested, if he is able to post, Your Honor.
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a dumbass. Is that Washita? Spelled with a W? That always makes me laugh. Down in Arkansas, they have the Washita. And you ever see a sharpening stone? It's called the Washita sharpening stone. It's not spelled Washita, W-A-S-H. It's Oashita. It's an Indian name. Anyway.
If everybody doesn't mind, the court's going to take a very brief recess. Then I will come back and we will finish the motion.
If you don't mind, I'm going to go scream into a pillow. And this is a few weeks later.
Court does call the case. This is of the people versus Daniel Magoo.
The state versus Magoo.
People.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Alex Lauren Green on behalf of Mr. Magoo.
And I'm not sure if this is I don't know where this fits into the timeline. So
Thank you. Mr. Magoo, can you stay? Daniel Magoo.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the defense is ready to proceed to examination in each matter. I'd ask for a sequestration order.
I anticipate one witness in each case.
All right.
So it should be open.
All right. Witnesses are ordered sequestered for what that matter.
Actually, Your Honor, I have
you may have. Yes.
I have an issue. I have been requesting the last time I was here, requested that the prosecution provide explanation for the undue delay. Your Honor, my advice to Mr. Magoo is that I'd be handling the examination today. So just for purposes of the record, I'm advising you not to make any statements on the record of this.
yeah, shut the fuck up, asshole.
Well, I do also want to provide notice that this
God damn, he just doesn't listen, does he?
case is being removed under 28 USC 1455 to the Eastern District of Michigan under case number 25-12440. And due to the due process violations that I've been facing,
I don't know what you're talking about. The case has been removed.
I'm sorry, I'm providing notice of removal. Under case number 2512-12440.
Have you talked that over with your attorney?
I let him know.
Your Honor, and my advice was I'm not going to be joining in any collateral motions or actions, and that I would address the case.
Are you aware of any motion that?
Oh, by the way, got it here, yeah. Payday. I got to get this stuff for my cat, but that's going to be safe. That's safe for later. That's safe for later. So I might get the ink. No, I'll leave the ink. So focusing on, I think I could keep the red because I want to do a rose for my practice piece. But this is my shopping list for Payday for Amazon, and then there's also the aluminum plates have to be bought. But this will complete the CNC machine, or partially complete the CNC machine. I can use the control board out of the old printer. It's brand new and I haven't used it yet, so I can use it for this. But yeah, I want to get this completed so I can start making guitar blanks and selling them. And the red is just so I'll have a red to paint with. So anyway, that's where I stand with that.
Seeks to take this case to federal court. I'm not sure how that
Sorry.
would happen.
Right, Your Honor. And Mr. Magoo told me that he has been seeking that action, but I informed him that I am not a member of the federal bar and that I would not be joining him in any of those actions.
Just providing notice.
Okay, I don't know what.
I mean, doesn't he look like every character on every movie that's picked a fight at a bar and gotten his ass kicked? Doesn't he just look like that? He just looks like every piece of shit in every movie that gets his ass kicked because he picked a fight in a bar with the wrong guy.
Just providing notice.
Okay, I don't know what the notice does, but I'm not. If I don't have something in writing indicating some procedural aspect to it or anything along those lines, the court's not.
Can I give this to you now?
I would advise against.
I don't even know what is.
Notice of removal pursuant to 28 USC 1455 criminal.
What does that statute read?
The criminal proceedings removed to federal court under federal questions.
USC what?
Pursuant to 28 USC 1455.
28 USC.
Criminal.
What is
notice of removal pursuant to 28 USC 1455 criminal.
1455. Procedural removal for criminal prosecutions. A defendant or defendants desiring to remove any criminal prosecutions from a state court shall file the District Court of the United States for the district and divisions within which such prosecution is pending a notice of removal signed pursuant to, requirements. A note of removal of criminal prosecution shall be filed not later than 30 days after the arraignment in the state court. Well, that's passed. Or at any time before the trial. A notice of removal of criminal prosecution shall include all grounds for such removal. A failure to state grounds that exist at the time of the filing a notice shall constitute a waiver of such grounds. The filing of a notice of removal criminal prosecution shall not prevent the state court in which such prosecution is pending from proceeding further, except that a judgment of conviction shall not be entered unless the prosecution is first remanded. So you can still be tried in state court, dipshit. Let's see. Doesn't say grounds. Doesn't say what grounds you can do it under. Anyway,
What does that statute read?
The criminal proceedings removed to federal court under federal questions involved in this case.
I'm not identified as to what federal questions, because I don't think there are any federal questions.
Fourth Amendment violation.
Which adequately a state court could handle if that were an issue. So I don't think there's any need for the court to even deal with that. I don't know that anything's been filed with the federal court regarding that or anything else.
Filed under case number 25-12440.
Are we ready to proceed?
Defense is ready to proceed, Your Honor.
People ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Which case would you?
We were talking over each other, I apologize. If it pleases the court, could we start with the OWI matter?
That being 0523.
keep in mind this is his 4th OWI. He's a scumbag.
I believe that's correct.
That's fine. Start with that one.
Thank you. A couple of housekeeping matters. The court is in receipt of the amended complaint, which is just taking record of the felony form. Is that correct?
I do have an amended information. I do.
Excellent. And Your Honor, I do believe defense is stipulating that the defendant has 3 prior OWI convictions.
So stipulated, Your Honor.
So there's a step to the priors.
There it is, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else?
I do think defense is going to stipulate to people's exhibits 1 through 10, which are photos, but maybe not.
Your Honor, I did have an opportunity to review those and we would so stipulate.
And then people's exhibit 11 is a laboratory report. I'm not sure if there'll be a stipulation to that as well.
We would so stipulate.
I'm sorry?
So stipulated, Your Honor.
Okay, so exhibits 1 through 11 are stipulated to.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Therefore admitted.
Thank you. I do expect that the officer in charge of the other matter will probably be informed at some point if sequestration order is otherwise enacted and followed. So I will call Paul Corey to the stand.
All right. Please come forward to be sworn.
Yeah, we'll do one more after this. This is the last one we'll do is his latest in court thing.
Spell your first and last name for the record. Paul Corey, P-A-U-L-C-O-R-R-I-E.
All right, you may inquire.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you employed?
I'm employed with the Milan Police Department.
How long have you been employed with the Milan Police Department?
A little under 2 years full time.
Do you have prior law enforcement experience?
Yes, I worked at the Washington Sheriff's Office prior to that for about 15 years.
Were you working for the Milan City Police Department on or about March the 27th, 2024?
I was
Do you recall what shift you were working that day?
midnight shift, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
And were you ever at the location of Dexter Street and Arcona Road?
I was
About what time were you at that location?
about 1:35 or when I was dispatched there.
Why were you dispatched there?
The 911 caller had said that there was a single car crash into a gas station in that area.
Did the 911 caller, did you have any other information in your dispatch when you were headed that way? Yeah, it's not being offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted. It's being offered to prove why he was headed to that location and other additional information that may have hastened his speed going that way.
All right, I will overrule the objection regarding hearsay. I'll accept it for what it's offered for other than the truth of the matter.
Thank you. Did you have any other information from the dispatch?
I believe that the caller said that there was a single subject walking around outside of the car and potentially possibly injured.
And did you make that location? Do you recall about how long it took you to get there?
Maybe about 5 minutes, less than that.
Less than 5 minutes? When you arrived, what did you observe?
A car that was, I saw a SUV that was appeared to have been crashed into a sign outside the gas station here. And there was a single male subject standing around the passenger side of the vehicle.
What did you notice about the vehicle first?
It was definitely crashed there and not parked. There was some extensive front end damage.
Man, they really need to get better audio in courtrooms.
And Your Honor, may I approach with People's Exhibits 1 through 10 for the court?
You may.
Thank you. Officer Corey, you took some photographs that evening?
Yes.
Did you take a photograph of the vehicle as you found it?
I did.
Actually, more than one, would that be fair to say? And when you saw the vehicle, how did you determine that it had been crashed as opposed to just parked there?
Due to the amount of front end damage that it had, and it was still in contact with the signage there.
Did you make any observations about any other parts of the vehicle?
There was the windshield was smashed in a particular fashion.
And go ahead.
It appeared that it was impacted from the inside rather than the outside.
How could you tell that it was impacted from the inside rather than the outside?
It was falling outward instead of inward, and there was no like gouging from the outside of the windshield.
And when you were looking at the windshield, would you describe the cracking in any particular way?
In a circular fashion. It's brought off the driver's seat.
Did you look inside of the vehicle?
Yes.
Where did you observe about the inside of the vehicle?
There was quite a bit of personal property inside of the vehicle, and the passenger and all the front and rear passenger seats, indicating that there was probably only one occupant at the time of the crash.
Did you look at the windshield?
Yes.
What did you observe about the windshield?
What stood out about the windshield was there was a clump of human hair attached to the cracks in the
Damn.
area on the inside of the windshield.
How would you characterize the color of the hair that you saw?
Light brown, maybe dark blonde.
Huh, same color as his hair.
Did you make contact with any people at that location?
Yes, there was a male subject standing near the passenger side of the vehicle when I arrived.
Do you see that person in the courtroom today? Can you tell me where that person is sitting and what they are wearing?
Seated at the defense table wearing the nose.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that witnesses identify the defendant?
No objection, Your Honor.
Record shall so reflect.
And sir, when you made contact with the defendant, what did you talk with him about, or what did he do?
I asked him what had happened.
What did he say?
He said I wasn't here.
What else did you notice about his appearance?
He was bleeding from a cut or some type of injury. There was a lot of blood. It was kind of hard to tell where it all was coming from. It appeared it was bleeding from the top of the head.
Did you notice anything about his clothing?
It was disheveled. There was blood on it. Front zipper was down. The zipper was down on his pants.
Did you look at the color of his hair?
Yes.
You say his zipper was down?
Based on your observations, did that appear consistent with the color of the hair in the glass inside the car? What happened next?
He maintained that he was not driving the vehicle. He could smell the odor of intoxicants coming from him. We called for medical assistance just based on his injuries. And so while they were on the way, asked if he would take a preliminary breath test, which he agreed to.
Without getting into the results of the preliminary breath test, did you make a determination about what had happened that evening?
It appeared on his face that he was driving the vehicle and it got into a crash. And he may have been intoxicated while he was doing it.
Did you place him under arrest for OWI?
Not at that time.
When did you place him under arrest for OWI?
After the ambulance came, it was determined he was going to go to the hospital while he was receiving medical treatment, and I read him his chemical test rates. I advised him he was at that point that he was under arrest.
Did he agree to take a test?
No.
What happened?
He refused to take a test. Poor judgment on my part. I did not have him restrained in the hospital bed. Well, I left I believe that his injuries were significant enough that he was not going anywhere. I went out to my car to start preparing a search warrant for his blood, at which point the nurse came out and told me that he had fled the hospital.
Uh-oh.
With some assistance from Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office, yes, I did.
Where did you find him?
An apartment complex just south of the hospital.
Were you able to take him back to the hospital?
Yes,
And did you complete your search warrant?
yes.
Was it executed?
I just a note for the court, Sergeant Crusadis, helped me prepare the search warrant while I was dealing with Mr. McCoon's hospital. However, I did review, since I was going to the warrant, I did review to make sure it was accurate based on my observations at the time of the incident.
Did he make I'm sorry, go ahead. No, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, sir. While you were waiting to do the blood draw, did he make any statements to you?
He looked at my uniform and appeared to be confused as to why he questioned me as to why Milan, the city of Milan, was doing all of this. And
What did you say to him?
asked him where he thought he was, and I said he was insane. Thought he was insane.
Did you ask him to perform standardized field sobriety tests?
I did not.
Why not?
Mainly due to his injuries, and even though he did comply with the request for a TBT, he was generally uncooperative with most things that we were trying to get him to do, and asking questions about what had happened. Then based on the extent of his injuries, we were more concerned about getting him medical attention at that point.
In your training and experience with administering standardized field sobriety tests with people who've been in traffic crashes that have injuries, is there any guidance that you've received from NHTSA on that?
It can be, especially with what was clearly a head injury that was sustained in a vehicle crash, it could have impacted the results of the standardized field sobriety tests.
Your Honor, may I approach with People's Exhibit 11, the laboratory report?
You may.
And Officer Corey, you did receive a laboratory report back in this case? And do you recall what the VAC was?
I believe it was 0.127.
Twice the legal limit. Man. He needs to be on mandatory antabuse.
What did you do with the vehicle? Or what was done with the vehicle? Let me ask that. Do you know what happened with the license plate?
We confiscated the plate as the operator at the time, who we believed to be Mr. Magoo, had several prior convictions for suspension and operating while intoxicated, requiring a plate confiscation.
Pursuant to state law, you had to take it. And I may have a moment.
May. I do have one question. How much time elapsed between the time you were notified that he had left the hospital and when he was located?
I believe it was about 40 minutes, Your Honor.
40 minutes?
40, yes.
Okay. All right.
Officer Corey, Milan, what county is that located?
Well, that's interesting. Half in Monroe County and half in Washtenaw County. The incident itself occurred in Washtenaw County.
Thank you. And that is in the state of Michigan?
Correct.
Milan kind of abuts the two counties, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. And Your, I pass the witness.
All right, cross-examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I inquire? Afternoon, officer. My name is Alex Warren Green. I represent Mr. Magoo in this case. So you're dispatched for a single vehicle accident, right?
Right.
And that's at a mobile gas station, and it appears there was an accident from an SUV into the sign, the mobile sign, right?
Right.
And like you testified on
Are you
direct
re-
examination, there was a 911 call placed, and that person didn't provide a name, did they?
They may have, it's something that I didn't end up following up on.
So you never talked to the caller, did you? And are you aware if anyone talked to that caller?
I am not aware that anyone did.
So as soon as you get there, Mr. Magoo is on the passenger side of the vehicle, right?
Standing outside, it's on the passenger side.
Okay. And that car was not registered to Mr. Magoo, was it?
Correct, it was not.
And like you testified on direct examination, he had a wound to his head, right?
Yes,
It's bleeding pretty bad.
yes,
There was an injury to the front and back of his head, right?
Well, see, his brains could have leaked out of that wound.
there's photographs of an injury to the back of his head, yes,
Okay.
and the front.
And he appeared to be dazed.
Yes, it was difficult to say if he was out of it due to the head injury or his level of intoxication, maybe a bit of both.
And you didn't conduct the field sobriety test because you were concerned that the head injury you observed might impact the field sobriety test, right?
There was a possibility, yes.
So you testified on direct examination, you saw the windshield was smashed and you saw blood, right?
Correct.
I mean, I realize that it's part of the our legal system, our system of justice, but I really don't know how a person with a good conscience, can defend someone when they know that they're guilty. I just don't understand that. How can you fucking look yourself in the mirror as a defense attorney, knowing your client is guilty, knowing your client has injured or maybe killed people, and defend them? Our fucking system is broken.
There's a chunk of hair in the windshield, right?
Yes.
You take a picture of that?
Yes. Let me backtrack. Sergeant Mercedes actually took the photograph of it.
Okay. And most of the time you're talking to Mr. Magoo, he was wearing a hat. You recall that, right?
I don't recall that. You may have been.
So it's dark outside, right? And
Said a yes. I don't think we got it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
It's okay.
Yes, it was dark.
Okay, go ahead.
and there's a significant amount of blood on his face and it's going into his hair, right?
Correct.
Okay. In this case, you did submit evidence to the crime lab for forensic analysis, right?
Blood test, yes, blood sample.
Right. So no hair follicles, right?
No.
And there was no attempt to obtain any forensic match between the hair or the blood that was found in the car with any hair or blood from Mr. Magoo's body, was there?
You were correct, there was not.
Okay. On direct examination, you talked about field sobriety tests. You said you're trained in the administration of field sobriety tests, right?
Yes.
And you forewent the field sobriety tests in this case, but no one asked him at all to perform those field sobriety tests, did they?
That's correct.
And after this initial interaction, when, you know, the ambulance arrives, he goes to Trinity Ann Arbor Hospital, right?
Correct.
And did you accompany him in the ambulance or you follow behind?
Follow behind.
Okay. And you read him his chemical rights at the hospital while he's in the bed, correct?
Correct.
And he refused at 2:51 a.m. Is that?
Correct.
And after he refuses, you leave the room to go and work on the affidavit for the search warrant, right?
Correct.
And then Mr. Magoo vanishes.
That is also,
Okay. You didn't see him leave.
I did not.
You had no idea where he was.
Nope.
And like you said, he wasn't handcuffed or in any way restrained to that bed, was he?
He was not.
And there were no officers standing at the door or otherwise supervising that room, were there?
No.
And through your investigation, you determined he's located at an apartment complex at around 3:40 a.m. Is that right?
That's what is in the report. I think I listed a time in there. If you want me to look at, refresh my memory.
It would refresh your recollection to look at your report?
It would.
Okay. Your Honor, if I may approach the witness.
I think he's.
He's got a copy that was turned over, so if you look at that, you believe that will refresh your recollection.
Yes, I did. He was located about 3:40 a.m.
Okay. And he's returned to the hospital. The blood draw was completed at 4:28 a.m. And of course, there's two blood draws done. So it's 4:28 a.m. and 4:29 a.m. Does that sound right, officer?
That sounds correct.
Okay. So in an ideal OWI investigation, you want to have eyes on the subject from the time you make the scene until the needle enters the arm, right?
I do.
Okay. One of the reasons you do that is to make sure the subject doesn't consume anything that could impact the blood test, right?
That is correct.
And Mr. Magoo was unaccounted for nearly an hour in this case, right?
That's correct.
And in your search warrant affidavit, you didn't mention that, did you?
I don't believe so, no.
Thank you for answering my questions, Your Honor. I have nothing further at this time.
Read your.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer Corey, were you able to obtain information that the defendant had previously been pulled over by a different police agency operating this car in March of 2023? And after he was recovered and brought back to the hospital, did you have two deputies stand by with him and handcuff him to the gurney?
I handcuffed him myself, but luckily I had a couple of deputies that were free for the moment that were able to watch him while I finished up the search warrant.
Thank you. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything?
Your Honor, if I may, one.
May want to mute your microphone.
Your Honor, just briefly. Thank you. Officer.
Oh, and can I just ask one other question before you, and I'll let you ask your question.
Of course, Your Honor.
The PBT, if there's,
Alex, muted.
okay, the PBT, are people going to seek admission of that if defense is challenging the results
Yes, Your Honor.
pursuant to the statute?
Correct.
And Your Honor, I understand that the people could rebut that kind of challenge. I'm not sure that we have gotten to that point yet. The case law.
Well, I just want to make sure that if there is going to be a challenge to the results, that under the statute, my understanding is, although these aren't entirely the circumstance under which it happens, but it seems to me an analysis could be made that the PBT would then become admissible. Just so that defense counsel is aware, but you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
All right, later, Dan. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sticking around, man. I'm gonna end it here. So everybody's over on fucking MC Tunes channel. All right, thanks for